Make sure everything is right. All right, audio levels are good. EA, can you say something really quick? Just want to make sure.
Woo! God damn.
Thank you for that. What is good, everybody? It is the King of Anime podcast. Myself, Satsuki the Savage. Everything animated. We are back on a beautiful Monday night. Happy to see everybody here. All zero people in the chat. But we got 4 viewers, so you know that's always cool to see. One of them may be me, by the way. But we're back. Lot of anime to talk about, and this is the 3rd week of this winter 2024 season. Thus, it means that with the session of Metallic Rogue, because it started a little later, it is Kill or Pass season. It's Kill or Pass time for 2 shows, Pono Michi and Delicious in Dungeon. So that will be an exciting aspect of the show. We of course got news to talk about, and then shows itself, and actually a lot of viewer questions. So we're going to try to make this podcast not too long, but in all actuality, it's probably going to be the same length as always, like 3 hours or something. So.
Yeah, we can try to speed run those questions. What do you feel about? Yes, moving on.
It's gonna be like some insensitive question that we like, answer completely wrong.
If you had to choose between your firstborn child and oh yeah, the neighbor's dog, next.
Yeah, we're going to get clipped one of these days.
Oh yeah, and then it's gonna be reposted, and it's gonna be like, "This was the day KOA went downhill, and everything changed forever."
I'll be flattered. Damn. I'll be flattered if a YouTuber made a like downfall of KOA video. That would mean that we actually made it.
I don't know. I'd be like, they made a video about us. I'd literally be like, Sasuke, have you seen the video? No, dude. I think this is the first time someone's made a video about us, and it's just like all negative stuff. C Tactics left. Satsuki is a racist. EA is an alcoholic.
2 of those 3 things are true, by the way. But what is good? Decrepit Storm, Philip, QRW6, Lies. I am here. What is good, y'all? What up, KOA? How have y'all been? Was at a bridal party, but every dude was on their phone watching the game, including the fiance. Oh, so well, how was the party besides everybody being on their phones, being filthy millennials? My mechanic called off today because he got wasted yesterday. Oh yeah, it makes sense. Football Sunday. We still got football to watch Sunday and the week after that, but it's over for me.
Yeah.
I don't have the burden of stress of what is my team going to do? Spoiler alert, they're not going to play next Sunday, so I'm free.
Yeah, and at least you get to be relaxed now. You get to be like the Cowboys fans, the Eagles fans, the Bills fans. You get to be all those guys. Just let's see who wins now, because it sure as ain't gonna be us.
I guess the only stress I would have is there's 2 teams I just don't want to win. And unfortunately, they play each other, so I got to root for one or the other. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Anyone but Kansas City.
For me,
and San Fran.
For me, it's the Niners and the Lions. And I didn't have any beef with the Lions, and it's not because they beat us that I have beef with them. It's because that their corner has been talking trash to Baker. And I don't even like Baker Mayfield like that, although he did have a great game. And in general, this season, he proved himself, and especially proved me wrong. But I gotta ride for my guys, and
of course,
I don't like what he was saying. At the very least, I want him to fail.
Like everything will be like the lines go all the way, but he like breaks his ankle or something. So
I can't wish on injuries. That's the one thing I don't do. I don't wish on injuries. But let's say like
consolation prize.
Let's say he gets burned, for I don't know 200 yards or something crazy. He just looks ass, or he gets benched or something like that. You know, that's what I wish for. You know. What is good, Ellie?
Hey, Ellie.
Whoa, shaking my head. My streamers have changed. Have they? Oh, you're talking about the whole racist and like I said, it's always been the thing. It's just people aren't really, you know, privy to it. Yeah. Hate it or love it. We're still fun loving. Yeah.
We are. We some people know us as the KOA podcast. We're also the loving podcast sometimes.
The king of fun.
The king of fun. Ain't that right?
No cap.
No cap.
All right. I hope your hands are ready because I think it is time.
Oh, they're always ready. Gotta get some lotion.
Oh, not
Oh,
yet.
not
yet.
Sorry.
After stream.
Different type of hands being ready. Okay. But yes. As always, we got things that will not give you the blues. Now let's get ready for the KOA.
It's miracle.
Thank you, Mary. It is indeed a miracle.
So, the first bit of news that we have for you guys is Monogatari coming back for another season. A lot of people are excited about this. Of course, this is, besides Madoka Magica, probably Shaft's best anime. I mean, a lot of people will obviously argue that it is Shaft's best work, but you know, me being a Madoka Magica fan, I disagree, but definitely had to acknowledge the influence that it has and how beloved it is. That's coming back for another season. Like I said, I know a lot of people are excited about it. I only watched Bakemonogatari, so it ain't exciting news for me. I'm sure it's not really exciting news for EA because I don't think he has any plans to watch it anytime soon. Unless you want to surprise us.
I tried watching any of the Monogatari animes, but subtitles are way too fast. I don't know what the fuck they do, but they just post like split-second eulogy in front of the screen, and then it's the next screen, and I'm just like, hold on, what did that just say? And then they start talking again, and then blam again. I'm like, wait, what am I missing? And I have to go back and pause and watch. I think I watched one episode and I said, I don't think this is for me. I feel like this show is I don't know what it is, but it's a lot.
It's funny too because I think it's the perfect show for Shaft Studio as far as how artsy that show can be. But it's one of those shows, you know, I'll lean on the expertise of my boy Nia D. Hemmings. Shout out to Nia D. Hemmings, who, you know, loves the series to death. He talks about how the creator has a mastery of the Japanese language and the dialogue with how frequent and important it is, and it leans on having a Japanese fan base, I think.
Yeah.
Because they do talk pretty fast, and it's a little weird, but it's for the whole artistic display of Japanese and whatnot. But I mean, I got through Bakemonogatari and I ended up liking it, but nah, I never wanted to go further than that. So that's it for me. But I know you have a bit of news.
Yeah, just a little bit of news. KRW6 did kind of announce it in the chat. Shield Hero Season 4 announcement. We dropped it in Season 2. So, as far as how excited we are, well, Sasuke's about to burst. But when it comes to me, I didn't think this would be on this long. 4 fucking seasons of this damn series. Is it almost over?
Weren't Season 3 and 4 announced together? Like, weren't they? I'm pretty sure they were announced together. Like, they were like, yeah, we're going to so.
Yeah, they were. But I'm just like, we got yet another season to look forward to of bad CGI turtles and Raftalia being herself.
It has to be a different animal. It can't be another CGI turtle. I mean, like we had our CGI dinosaur, we had our CGI Filoli, we got a CGI turtle, so it has to be like, I don't know, like CGI snakes or something.
It's gonna be like a CGI polar bear or something. It's gonna be something out of left field.
I want the CGI snakes from Snakes on the Plane.
Ooh,
that's what I want. I'm tired of these mother flipping snakes on this mother loving plane. Oh man!
Everybody get down. I'm about to open up some windows.
we need BET censorship for KOA. I want to know how that turns out. That could actually be a thing too. Like someone just dubs over our voices. It's horrible AI voicing over our stuff. Oh man!
I can't believe in this mother flipping wonderful stuff. And it's Mormons. They just say some random shit.
Oh man, that also reminds me of how radio censorship it was with a lot of rap songs. Where like now, I don't know if you noticed this, but like now when they censor stuff on the radio, they usually just straight out cut out the words. Before, they used to have like different versions of the song where it was like a literal clean version and they would like re-record it, or they would redub it and then, you know, it'll sound like some BET type of censorship.
Yeah. My girlfriend and I were talking about this the other day in the car, where we were just like, I swear when we were growing up, the censorship to certain songs, like with Nelly and stuff like that, they would just add in moans or just weird type of stuff, where they'd be like, working for the, and they just do stuff like that. And I'm like, they don't do that anymore. That's so inappropriate. Now, like you said, it's literally just they either cut it out or they do this weird digital like chop of it where it just and they just keep going with the song.
Yeah.
It's weird indeed, but I miss the old. Bring back censorship of moans and weird dubs and just changing the lyrics. Bring back the moans, 2024.
Yeah, I mean, at least it used to have some creativity. Like anybody can make, current radio censorship. It takes special talent to incorporate moans where it kind of goes with the song. There was some censored songs that when I was a kid that I liked listening to better censored. For example, I'll say like Every Girl from Young Money was a song I really used to like listen to censored.
You the best.
Part of the reason why is because I didn't used to curse when I was younger. When I was really young, like this is elementary, middle school, high school. That's when I started to cut loose and went a little crazy. But yeah, that was one of the songs I used to really like censored rather than the dirty version. Because I would listen to the dirty version. I'm like, what is this? No, this isn't my song.
Virgin ears.
I can't say that.
I feel like some of those, like one I really liked that was censored was Ludacris's Fantasy, where they were just like rough sex in the dirt, make it out there in the dirt. That song, it had a lot of moans in there, and it just fit perfectly with the song because all they're talking about is sex. It's a funny song. And what was it? Is that your wife? No, that's a different song. But I remember that one, the rollout Ludacris. Is that your wifey, girl? Just your main. You take the rub this on the top of it, and I always love that part too.
I know what song you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
Yeah, that's rollout.
Oh,
roll out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
Me and my friends would always quote that part, even though we didn't know what he was saying. It was you take the to the top of the, and then woo. But then when I was able to hear the uncensored version, I'm like, oh my god, what are they saying?
What did you do? Now it was dark.
Yeah, so mostly Ludacris songs were fun to listen to, censored.
Well, I guess it is time to get into the shows. I know this is weirdly placed, and part of the reason why we have the show order the way it is, because usually we talk about Nakama Club first thing. But I kind of made this layout how it was, and I don't want to change it. So the first anime that we're going to talk about today or tonight is One Metallic Rouge. EA's pick. Episode 2.
Right. I think I really like this episode better than the first one.
For sure.
I feel like this first episode, I didn't hate it. It was more just, it had a lot of potential. And I feel like there's a lot of room to grow. Because not every episode 1 is going to be the one that hooks you in automatically. Sometimes you have shows that you're like, I'll give this a few more. And if it doesn't work, I'll just drop it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like episode 2 was the episode that, if anyone watches it and is a fan of the genre, that hooks them.
Yeah.
Like, because now I'm involved. They introduced a bunch of different characters. We have the feel for what the show was like. And heck, we even got kind of maybe a little bit of history of the planet and of the series itself, but they did it in such a very creative way where it didn't seem like just a dump of dialogue where it's just like, this is what happened back in the day and this is it. No, It was done in a way where our characters are talking to these little kids playing on the I guess like just some giant warthog bus transportation thing, and you learn stuff that way. And I'm like, okay, that's a unique way to do it, as opposed to just the typical anime way where in the year 3000.
Yeah, it's just some old man telling you the history of the world.
There's 2 men left in the world and nothing but women. World's End harem. We must repopulate the world.
Where did the bear come from?
It's a question that will always be on our mind here at KOA. Where did the fucking bear come from at World's End harem, the anime?
I swear to God, I feel like I could look at all those characters again and I couldn't tell you where they came from. Except for like the purple hair girl. I may remember her, but I don't remember anything about that show other than the bear.
She's on the cover, so I would think that's probably the only one I would know too. I couldn't tell you what the guy looks like. The guy probably looks like every main fucking character in a harem ever.
Brown short hair. Probably brown or black eyes.
For once, I would like a main character in a harem to actually look gorgeous. You know what I mean? Like, just, I understand they have to be a nerdy, dorky, geeky, whatever, but, you have your rare exceptions where they actually are smart, like in quintessential quintuplets, but I want to see them have, like, the long, flowing hair and just being like, sup, ladies?
Well,
just live up to the part where the ladies actually want him instead of, man, he looks sickly and dying. I so want his dick.
Well,
he just said no one ever.
You know what the problem is, and that's that, they want to make these self-insert characters so people watching it could project onto themselves. And this is not to be a dig at the people who watch harem anime, but you should. You may have a problem if all you watch is harem anime. You may have a little bit of a problem, just saying. But it's hard to have people relate to a character that is super beautiful, just in general. So
yeah,
that's the whole dilemma with that.
Very, very true. But I guess overall, I mean, there's a lot to discuss in this episode in particular, but I just liked overall just the flow of this episode. Like, I think out of all the episodes I was watching, this one, like the newest ones, this one I was the most engaged on. Like, I was just like, ooh, that happened. Oh, and now this is happening. Oh, shit. What's going to happen next?
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I have to agree. This episode was a lot better than episode 1. This was definitely the episode that would hook you in and be the episode that makes you go, all right, this is what I'm going to watch for the rest of the season. It was that that special. And I don't want to gas it up too much, but I mean, just from if you had like a checklist of what you would want an episode to do, I think this would pretty much fulfill a lot of the things that you may want, like good animation, character progression. This is an action oriented show, so it had a lot of good action that kept you engaged. It introduced a linear plot as well as subplots that kept you engaged with it, and introduced some characters that had some intrigue to them too, new and old, because I feel like in this episode, Rouge was a lot more. You got a feel for Rouge's character better in this episode than you did in the first episode. Whereas the first episode, the problem with the first episode is they give you a cold introduction to the world, so you aren't getting any explanations for the world itself and why characters are the way they are. Whereas this episode, because of the episode being a foundation for it, and now them being able to kind of just, I guess just tell their story, you got to sit with Rouge a little more and get a feel for who she actually is, and Naomi and these other characters that were in this episode. So I think this episode was pretty good to make us not drop it.
Yeah.
Not that we were gonna. I don't think we were gonna get to that point. I feel like if anything, this show would have got a courtesy pass if it ever got to that point. But no, it was a lot of different things that got me intrigued with it. So I guess the first thing to talk about is the world itself. We already talked about how this whole thing is set in Mars, but we got more world building with the whole setting, in that the specific place that they were touring was a place in which these aliens apparently initially there were like friendly aliens that visited there, and they were all cool until like the bad aliens came through, and we're like, we're gonna
the ET aliens came through, and then all of a sudden the xenomorphs came right behind.
Yeah, it was like, ET, cool, you cool, come to the cookout, you know what I'm saying? Go get you a plate, go get you a Czech soda from the cooler. Yeah, you're all good. Then the xenomorphs come. I did not invite your big ass over here.
Oh my god.
But the aliens came through, and this is kind of our tie into giving more agency to the I guess I could call them a race of people, the Neens. I believe that's how you pronounce their name.
I think it's Neen.
Yeah, which is basically the android people that we see that had to take this shot to basically live, and they're subservient to regular humans. So we got a little wrinkle into that whole story, which, I mean, I played Detroit Becomes Human. Pretty sure you, EA, have either played it or
I own it.
One thing you don't do is mistreat your androids.
No, because they will rise up. Marcus is the leader, and he will lead a revolution. And just be nice to your robots, people.
Yeah, probably a good idea, considering they have the same amount of intelligence as you, or even more. You know what I mean? So when they get to the point to where they realize that they don't have the same rights, even though that they are more capable than you, that's when the revolution comes. So expect the revolution between with the Neens being at the helm, advocating for more rights. We even seen that the journalist girl Jill was looking into specifically the discrimination of Neens. Yeah, she's creepy. That's a horrible introduction to meeting people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's the way you want to meet a girl. FYI.
No.
If you want to get girls, this is not how you do it, guys.
You don't walk up to him and say, "Can I take your picture?" Well, actually, no, I don't want you to take my picture.
That's the thing, though. She didn't even do that courtesy. She didn't even ask. The first thing she does, like her introduction, is the sound of the camera snap and them going.
That's true. Can I help you?
That's not how you pick up girls. You can pick up girls, you know, being a camera guy, like being a photographer, but that's not the way how you do it. FYI. But yeah, Jill comes into the story, and I mean, she seems like a pretty interesting character besides the whole creep initiation. Just from when the mercenaries entered the bus, she was actually able to subdue one of them, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, she can hold her own. I wonder if she has some combat in her repertoire.
Which, now thinking about it, a lot of these new characters seem to be pretty capable combat-wise. That old lady,
dude.
I mean, she didn't fight anybody, but she said, she said, get this Gen Z. Get this Gen Z kid out the chair. Let me show you how Grandma used to whip it back when we had to drive our cars manually.
For sure. That is the definition of a boomer saying, "Get out of the way. I'm about to show you millennials, Gen Zs, alphas, betas, whatever, how it's done." Just, yeah, I was loving that freaking motor off-roading granny. She was really fun. I was just like, okay. And she has teeth missing and everything.
Yeah.
Probably from all that drifting she was doing back when she was young.
Yeah, life is too fast. But no, yeah, she was pretty cool as well. And then you had the mysterious doctor guy who I don't think we ever got his name, but he seems to have something going on with him that is pretty interesting. And then the Neen guy too, who kind of looks like Scar from Full Metal Alchemist. I wrote his name down. Let me look for it. His name is Huey. Because he actually got shot after the mercenaries.
They bleed blood apparently. Holy crap!
Yeah, he got shot after the mercenaries invaded the bus to protect his masters. And of course, they weren't appreciative of that. So
he scraped my knee.
Yeah, he got like grazed in the shoulder or whatever area it was, and then this dude got full on shot and didn't complain about it. And he's like, what? Your only job is to protect me. How come you didn't? I'm like, he literally stood in front of a bullet for you. I think
multiple bullets.
Yeah. I think he kind of did his job there, but hey.
Yeah, that one guy who is one of the best voice actors ever. Just, you could tell his voice. He's like, I feel like he's an assassin guy, because I think, what was her name? Yeah, Naomi. She asked him, like,
oh, you're talking about the doctor guy. Oh,
that he was a doctor.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. I'm kind of with
like
you.
More.
I'm kind of with you that he was something else. If anything, he probably is a doctor, but it's probably more so of an underground doctor where he was healing people that had a lot of bad history to them. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure his voice actor is
that's Nanami.
Yeah. A lot of different roles in Japanese.
Yeah, that's Nanami. That's the old man with scars and Chainsaw Man. That's the what's his face and From Here to Eternity.
Oh,
sorry, To Eternity.
The Reaper.
From Here to Eternity.
The Reaper. Yeah.
That's a movie from here to eternity.
and let this be a lesson, but just I know this is completely out of left field, but there are a lot of people that hate on English dubs and go, "Oh, they use the same voice actors. If you're good, they're going to reuse you for many roles."
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. Nobody complains when Japanese voice because
I agree.
It's gotten to the point that I can recognize some of these. I don't speak Japanese, but I can recognize a lot of these voice actors and actresses because their voices are so distinct. So even the criticism that people like to use that, oh, they sound the same. Well, it's not that they get so many roles. It's that they sound the same in so many roles. This guy sounds the same in everything he does. He's an easily recognizable voice. Nobody complains about it.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a unique and a very recognizable voice like him, I would play the same thing every fucking time. And I swear, he plays the same thing every time. Very deep, very low, and stoic. Just the same type of voice, and he gets a paycheck every time, you know. but I agree. I hear the same people saying they use Brittany Karbowski again in this anime. It's like, yeah, because she can do the voice.
Yeah.
So who cares? You know, I mean, she doesn't have very much range other than maybe a few characters, but she's still good.
Yeah. I mean, but it is what it is. You know, like I said, good voice actors and actresses will get more roles. This is how it is. So you'll hear them a lot. I think the issue is that people will realize more readily that they can recognize the English voices than they can the Japanese voices. So it doesn't seem as overwhelming as it is when it's dubbed. But
yeah, I mean, that is crazy because, well, I'm sorry, I know we're getting on tangent on voice acting, but this one voice actress, she's so incredibly good. I don't know who she is, but I'm talking about Japanese. She does the voice of Anya from Spy Family, but at the same time can play Darkness in Konosuba. Mm-hmm. That's how crazy her range is, and it's like unrecognizable between the two, which is crazy. But some people are just that talented. Some people just have it. Yep. And some people, you know, even though their voice is very distinct, they still can get. They can still emote, I guess is what I'm getting at. If you can't emote and you can't do nothing, where you're just like, oh no, not on me. Here he comes. Yeah.
No, Bara, watch out. Mahito is going to. Oh,
I guess she found out the hard way.
Damn it.
Damn you, Mahito.
I will avenge your death.
It's like fucking Guru from Dragon Ball Z. Oh man, but yes, back to the show. You have it here. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, because
I was gonna say you have it here in the notes. This animation in the show is really top. It's really good. Like, I was impressed by the animation already from the first episode, but then they took it up a notch even more in the second episode. I was like, wow, they took their time with this show. You know, it doesn't look like they were rushed at all, which is a good thing.
This is classic Studio Bones, you know. We know this show is capable of a lot of great things. Fullmetal Alchemist, My Hero Academia. There's another show too that I can't think of off the top of my head. But Mob Psycho, shit. They're capable of great animation for sure. So it being utilized here for an anime original, I'm super happy to see that. I mean, once we got that fight with Cylinder Head and Rouge, I was like, yo, they're doing some dope stuff here. Like that spark animation they did.
Oh,
when they like clashed with their swords, that just looked so great. It looked so polished. It was so good that I could just get a like during the animation, I was able to get a screenshot of it and it just looked great, even with the screenshot, you know, because there's some, you know, it's hard to get, or it's hard to judge animation based on a screenshot, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of in-between frames. But I was able to go to that scene, screenshot in the middle of it, and get a clean, and I mean clean snapshot of the spark animation that they displayed there, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, great stuff Studio Bones is doing. I'm happy that they can. I don't know. I feel like when they're not, well, I don't feel like they've ever been pressured. I can only think of Mappa being really a huge studio that's pressured, but I don't know. I think a lot of studios, when it's based off of a manga, maybe they get more pressured just because of the fact that fans have an expectation that they want it to live up to. And if it doesn't, they'll hear about it. But because this is an original anime, there's literally no pressure. And you could definitely, I think that makes it maybe better in a way, just because if you go into it not knowing what the fuck to expect, I think that makes it all the more better.
I think too, I'm not going to claim to know how this whole thing works as far as how people execute going about adaptations and doing anime originals. But if you're doing an anime original, I think that there's going to be a lot more passion for it, because I mean, you're creating a new story, you know what I mean? So the director behind it and the writers behind it had to be pretty motivated. And then not to say that's going to necessarily translate into the animation, but because those guys are motivated, they would be more motivated for their vision to be carried out in terms of animation. Whereas like an adaptation is kind of like, well, we're doing JJK, so we got to make it look great, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because not only do you as artists have to do it for yourselves as far as like out animate yourself or whatever, but then you have like authors and artists of the manga that are just like, they got their arms full. They're like, this better be fucking good.
Just standing over your shoulder. You didn't put the score on Yuji right there.
I wouldn't have done Sukuna like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. Can we talk about the opening and the ending? I really like the opening, but if you notice about the ending, and this is something that you like from Chainsaw Man, the ending was completely different.
Really?
The ending song was completely different from the last song.
Oh my gosh. I may have not noticed that, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
I did. I do remember, because if I remember it was like the silhouettes of them walking.
I think the animation for the ending is completely different too.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to re-listen to it again. But if that's the case, I definitely enjoy stuff like that. I don't know who or what started it with the ending being different every damn time, but I feel like it's something that's going to catch on and it's going to be different now, which is crazy to think because, you have to animate 13 or 12 different endings every time, which is insane.
It's not,
probably get some outside artists to do it or something. I don't know.
It's not totally necessary. It just, I don't know. It's super unique because it doesn't happen too often, Right. It's just tradition that you have the same ending and opening, which this is the first time we got the opening in the episode, so the opening may also change too. We're not completely sure of that. So that, I mean, if that happens too, then that's kind of unprecedented. I'm saying kind of because there probably is like some show that had different openings and endings every episode, but I'm not.
And they were so special.
Yeah. But this will be the first time that I've seen something like that, I believe, where the opening and the ending could possibly change in accordance to the episode, which is cool. But yeah, another thing I want to say, I guess with the character stuff, Rouge was pretty funny this episode. Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
The whole thing.
she definitely had her moments.
her not sharing the chocolate with the kids and then just eating all herself was so stupid. But I couldn't help myself from laughing. Naomi's be an adult, Rouge. Share your chocolate. She's looking at you. Just share her chocolate. Be an adult. Rouge goes.
So childish. But it does kind of make sense because at the end she said, I have an older brother too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where, I don't know, I feel like that's something that you would do as siblings, you know. Let me get some of that. And then all of a sudden, you don't get any more. Hey, no fair. Give it back. You want it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Like, oh, not anymore. But, yeah, that was pretty funny. She inhaled it, too.
Oh, yeah.
She still had a good amount of chocolate left, but and then just, can I share?
Barely chewed.
No.
And then later in the episode when she just fucking barks, that's the one that really made me laugh. Because I was like, where did this come from?
Oh, I forgot that even happened till you said that. That was really unexpected. I forgot what Naomi said to her.
Naomi told her to stay.
That's right.
Like she was talking to a dog. She was like, you
no.
stay here.
Stay. And she growled. She went,
I was like, what the fuck?
Wow, I completely forgot she did that till you said that. But that's right. That's right. And yes, Decrepit Storm, we did say chocolate.
Chocolate!
With or without nuts.
Chocolate! Classic episode.
Oh my gosh. I can't use it. The C's not here. Oh wait, can I? No, I can't. Fuck.
No.
You can use it though.
I can?
Well, it says for Nitro. Do you have Nitro?
I have Nitro.
Okay, well, you can use it if you want to click the chocolate button.
Oh, we do have that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
It's under C's server.
What is it called? I don't even see it.
I think it's just called chocolate. Because from I'm looking at it, just says chocolate. C's public server.
Oh, public.
Oh,
Here,
maybe I shouldn't be saying that on stream. I'm sorry.
Chocolate? Chocolate? Chocolate!
Yeah, it's playing. It played.
That is indeed a classic episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
But is there anything else? I mean, we also got the information about Neens. I'm sorry, guys, that we're so like out of order with this. It's kind of spitballing things here. But with the Neens specifically, they have a code. They gave it a name, which I'm not going to read. But they have a code, or they have a code programmed into them to where they cannot harm humans. Which, whenever they give you something like that, hey, the rule is they can't harm humans. Rules are meant to be broken.
Right. I swear every fucking movie that has killer robots, they're not ever supposed to hurt humans, but they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? iRobot, Terminator, RoboCop, everything is like, oh, they're completely safe. Totally never kill. And then a bunch of people die. That's always how it works.
So I guess with this, since we suspect that Neens are going to harm or kill humans in the future, what do you think will be the work around this? Do you think they will be reprogrammed in a way, or what do you think the loophole will be?
Well, it's definitely gonna be the villain from the first episode that we saw. He's gonna have some part of it just because, you know, he looks, acts, and sounds like a villain. But I'm going to say it has something to do with the injections. something is going to happen to where there's going to be a scarcity of those. They're going to really be jonesing for those shots and be like, I need it. I'm gonna die if I don't get this. I need it. And then if they know that they're on the verge of dying, that's when they'll start killing. That's what I think.
I think those shots may be part of the reason why they're so subservient to humans in the first place. And if they find a different source that keeps them alive other than those shots, I think then we'll start to see the revolution. But as far as, because they still have the stain programmed into them, so what could be a workaround? I mean, it's something that we do in real life. What is the best way to, because humans as a species, like, we don't like to kill each other. That's not a thing. What is the best way to have humans be okay with killing each other? Dehumanize them. Make the person not look at them as humans. So maybe it'll be something in their programming as far as like what they actually see, or like some type of illusionary type of technology or something of the sort. Because you mentioned the guy that we saw in the beginning, in the first episode, Jarong.
Okay.
He had some illusionary ability where he was able to look like the Red Rouge. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's able to distribute that to other people, the Nin specifically, in that they're perceiving humans as something else, which would then give them the ability to kill them. Because if they could just look at a human and then see a chicken or something, then that whole rule of them not being able to kill humans negated. So if there's a workaround to that whole thing, I think that'll be it. But is there anything else in the episode that we want to talk about?
I think that was pretty much it. It's very, very good follow-up to first episode. First episode, it was, teetering, neither good nor bad. It's one of those wait and see. And this was the episode definitely where I think it picked up. And now I'm looking forward to more episodes to see what happens. I know when it comes to anime originals, we've said this before on KOA where we're like, oh, we're enjoying this. This is so great. So happy. It's the ending where it has me nervous. So we're in the fun part right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the good times, because this is where it's always good, is around this part. It's when we get to, I don't know, 9, 10, 11-ish, where we're kind of like, okay, what happened to the show? So I for once would like to see an anime original. Well, I guess we have seen it before, but it's been a long time where we get another anime original where we get an actual good either ending or just enjoyable series overall, instead of, something that loses steam at the end.
Quick question. What are some of the other anime originals we watched other than Licorice Recoil and Buddy Daddies?
Okay. Right off the top of my head, Carol and Tuesday is an anime original.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was like a good one, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Tact OP Destiny, that was one that started off great and then just...
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. It seemed like to me, because I just thought of this, the anime originals that we watch all seem to have like some type of like homosexual bait, whether it be Yori or Yaoi. Like Buddy Daddies has that. Licorice Recoil has that. I'm not saying Metallic Rouge has it, but it's possible, given that we have 2 female main characters.
Yeah. I don't see it going anywhere, though.
Carol and Tuesday didn't really have that either, but...
No, they were friends.
Yeah.
But other than that, I can't think of any other Well, we did see Odd Taxi. We didn't see it while it was airing, but we kind of rewatched it. And is that even an original? I feel like it's based off a manga.
I'm pretty
sure. Or maybe they made
original.
the manga after.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the original.
Okay. Yeah, because that's probably one of my favorite anime originals that we've seen.
Yeah. I mean, shoot. It's crazy too because I think it even stands. Hold on. Let's see.
We're getting it together, folks. Don't worry.
Japanese anime television story. Blah, 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 blah. Let me just type it. Is Odd Taxi an original anime?
Decrepit Storm says we need someone to make a prophecy of Metallic Rouge.
Oh my god. I forgot about Vivi.
Wasn't Vivi an anime original too?
It was, yeah.
That was another one that fucking fell off.
So, okay, it's weird. Because it has a manga that started in January. Actually, I could just go to my anime list because it'll tell me where the source comes from.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, yeah, it's an anime original. Yeah.
Okay, so then they made the manga after. That's what they did with Gargantia too. It was an anime original and got turned into a manga.
You know what the problem is? The manga technically started before the anime. But the issue is the anime probably was already in production before the manga. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it was probably already being worked on, but then the manga was releasing or whatever to maybe hype up the series or something.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I guess my point is that we're 50-50 when it comes to anime originals. Sometimes you get Carol and Tuesdays, Odd Taxis, and then other times you get Tacto Ps and Licorice Recoil. So it's like you never know what you're going to get.
I mean, at the very least, it's like either we hit on a crazy high. Carol and Tuesday was a crazy high. Odd Taxi is a crazy high. Or we hit on not necessarily a low, but a mediocre. You know what I mean? Tacto P.
Mid.
Tacto P was probably the worst one that we watched, anime original wise. But
that was bad.
Licorice Recoil, it just kind of tapered out. It's not bad per se. Vivi is it's kind of just mediocre.
Shut up.
Shut up, boo.
We get great quotes from the anime originals. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. 3 pancakes, people. But that was actually what was that name? The Inuyasha spinoff thing?
Yashahime? Wait, no, not Yashahime. Fuck.
It did. It definitely started with a Y.
There was Yasha. Maybe it was Yashahime.
Yeah, let me see. Yashahime. Yashahime. Yeah, you were right. Yashahime.
How the fuck did I know? I don't know anything about anime names, and I knew that.
We got to make a compilation. Tom's EA gets names right.
One. It's gonna be this fucking video.
3 seconds.
Yeah, here's the compilation. 3 seconds. It's Yashahime. Ding! And then the video ends.
Oh man, it's never too late, guys. Never too late. But yeah, I think that's it for Metallic Rouge episode 2. So next episode will be up for Killer Pass. But based on this episode, spoiler alert, you guys probably won't have anything to worry about, honestly.
Oh, and Decrepit Storm also brings up Wonder Egg Priority and Sunny Boy were also originals too. So that's what I'm saying. It's weird how anime originals work. They're either really good or mid or really bad.
I forgot about Wonder Egg.
I think Wonder Egg's probably the worst one. Destiny
It is.
was shitty, but I feel like Wonder Egg,
Wonder
even the
Eggs,
animators didn't even care.
Wonder Eggs Fall from Grace was crazy. Tacto P kind of was like, it started off funny and we had our moments having fun with it, but its Fall from Grace was kind of just But Wonder Eggs Fall from Grace was, oh my god.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst. That's one of the worst discrepancies between how we originally felt about it and how it ended up being.
Dude, I mean, if you go back and listen to like the first couple episodes, we're singing its praises. Like I recently downloaded a bunch of videos from KOA, and yeah, we're singing its praises. Just, oh my god, this is amazing. The animation's beautiful. And then when you hear the last episode and us just going, dude, what the fuck happened?
I remember where it happens too. They introduced the Pokemon, and I was like, this episode is kind of, I don't know. And then it just never got good after that.
And they started killing the Pokemon, and then friends who were friends don't give a shit about friends anymore. Oh well, she never helped me, so fuck that bitch. And then just the infamous running in place scene.
The treadmill.
That's all you need to know. The treadmill. I'm running away in place.
Oh
They
my
didn't
god.
give a shit about their own show. That's how bad it was. It's like, yeah, it's good enough. Just air it. Dude, this is a total fuck up. Are you sure? I said air it.
Yes, it's like when the it's like whenever like any comic book evil scientist guys doing something bad, altering his body a la Green Goblin. But sir, if we raise the levels up, you will surely shut up. I know what I'm talking about.
Right. They drink a bunch of shit, inject themselves. Do it! Every time. And then what happens? Oh my god, the thing that the guy said, I don't think we... They turn into the Green Goblin and they fucked it up.
My bad.
Why didn't anybody tell me?
Yeah. You could have told me that.
You could have told me.
Damn. But yeah, that is it for Metallic Rouge. Tatno P's nosedive is nothing compared to Blunder Egg. Was it you, Decrepit Storm, who came up with that name? Because that was a great name, Blunder Egg.
Yeah,
priority.
That's a great name.
Yeah. Tatno P Destiny was mobile game production. That's true.
Pretty much.
They abandoned their friend because they found out she was a robot. Then I throws her phone out the window.
Forgot about that shit.
Oh man.
I knew they were like, oh, I don't like her anymore, but I couldn't remember why it was. It's because she was a robot. She's a robot? Well, she's not my friend. Oh, okay. So the lesson of the story, ladies and gentlemen, is if you find out your friend is a goddamn robot, abandon them for everything. Fuck all those memories.
No. Wait. No, it was someone else. No, yeah, I was the main character. Nero. I know it started with an N. Nero was the robot girl, the tan girl with the ponytail.
Right. And I remember her being the robot, but I swear the punker chick was the one that just stopped being the friend all of a sudden. I was like, I don't want to be her, she's a robot. Fuck her.
Yeah,
I want to help.
Yeah, Rika.
Yeah.
Rika Kawai.
What a terrible show. Like, we're going to have to go through a list of what we've, like, the worst and the best that we've seen on this channel.
We've done that before.
I feel like we've done a best of. And I think that was the 100th episode. It's been a long time is what I'm getting at. We might have to revisit that here someday.
Yeah, it's possible.
With a sea resurrection coming soon.
At least
I mean what?
At least we get no cap. That's true.
That was like one of the best things that came from it, and it was from their dub. It was no. I got you guys around. No cap. Where's that fucking clip?
No
That we
cap.
got.
There it is. It's like, what did Wonder Egg Priority give us?
No cap.
That's what it gave us. Out of all the hours that we've watched and all the shit that came through it, the one thing we can say is
No cap.
that's all we got. Yep.
Oh man. Oh, all right, guys. Moving on to Nakama Club, my pick from the New World, Shinsekai Yori, episodes 4 and 5. I hope you guys watch these episodes because, oh my god, for us to explain this to somebody who didn't watch it, we would have a lot of we would have a lot of trouble. This, we kind of talked about like exposition dump with Metallic Rouge in his world building. This was an exposition dump.
Yeah. This is an example of an exposition dump for sure. But once again, I don't think it's a weird kind of way. Like, I feel like it's in a way that they did it. I really love the way that they did it because, well, okay, I guess let's set the scene. From the last episode, you know, we find out this fucking thing is a library.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, now we have our main character, Saki, where she's like, tell us this. Sorry. You need to be a grown-up and you need a card in order to access me.
Sorry, I can't speak Japanese. We're gonna fucking kill you. Hey! Hi! Go Minasai!
Someone needs to take that and fucking redub that and re-edit that. That's Tell us about this. I don't speak Japanese. That would actually be really funny. But yeah, they basically were like, just tell us the damn thing or we're gonna rip off your little ponytails. Again, I don't know why the creature just doesn't flash them again like they did before. They all didn't have glasses on, but whatever. This is, again, a plot device, which is fine. What we find out from all of this is a whole bunch of shit. And the reason why I said I liked how they did it is they didn't really show a lot of visual kind of like flashbacks. Everything was thrown at you as if you were the kids just sitting there finding it out for yourself. You know, you're literally like, what? This is society? What? In 2011, people... I'm sorry, there was Boy A that went around and discovered that they had powers and went around, let's just say, not doing very nice things to women against their will.
Yeah.
And killing them. Holy crap. And we just found out a whole bunch of stuff, like, you know, psychokinetics. There's just 4 different groups. Literally everything was thrown at these kids. And like I said, I like how they did it because you just saw the terror in these kids' eyes where they're just like learning all this for the first time. And they're literally just, they don't know if they can believe it or not. And I thought the way that they went about it was kind of a good choice visually because, you know, if you go ahead and you just show everything that's happening, because let's be honest, we've already seen it in the past 3 episodes when they introduced the episodes. And now we're hearkening back to all that and we're putting all the pieces together. Whoever directed this is very smart. The way that they go about it is very brilliant. And I thought that was very nice. They're telling stuff that we saw and we didn't know what the fuck it meant. And now we're putting the pieces together. Oh, okay. Now we understand what those moments were. And these kids are learning it for the first time. So we don't have to backtread to everything that we saw.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was a good choice. Everything was being told to these youngins, and each of them were reacting differently. Some were just listening to everything, taking it. Some were in disbelief. Others were literally on the ground, holding their ears, going "Yada, yada," and on verge of tears for some of them. And it's just really interesting just to see kind of people's worldview just kind of shatter in a way whenever they see, oh, what I've been told my whole life is a lie. Oh, I didn't know all this shit. Why is it this? So I thought that part was just very well done. And as I'm sitting there just trying to keep up with everything that's going on, but again, I feel like that was the whole point, is that it's throwing you in the whole perspective of the kids, where you're just like, wow. So we're living in the future. And we're living in a future where if you happen to have even a hint of that sort of maybe violent tendencies that boy A did, they get rid of you. And I just was like, well, I guess we know what happened to those two characters from from the previous episodes. I'm thinking maybe they got a little too emotional, and now they got dealt with. And that's my guess, anyway.
And that will also answer what possibly happened to Saki's siblings, her unnamed siblings that we were aware of thanks to last episode. Because how this society works is that the Cantus users, because of their destructive power, are filtered via personality tests and psychological evaluations throughout their life as adolescents and preteens. So this whole time, basically, they're still teaching them stuff, but it's also just a preparation to see if they are fit for society. There's different things here that emphasize teamwork to see if you're willing to do things like the other guy did last episode, where he was willing to cheat and use his Cantus power against somebody else, even though he knew that was against the rules. It's a test to see who you are as a person and if you're fit for this society, because they know how destructive this power is. It's so destructive that the majority of society that we see today are Cantus users. Even though Cantus users filled up, I believe they said 3% of the population.
Yeah, like 2 to 3%.
Yeah, actually, no, it was like 0.2. It was like 0.3.
Yeah, it was like a very small fraction.
0.3% of the population was able to, in current time, eradicate the rest of regular humans. So that goes to show you how destructive their power is and why they need to kind of keep it in check. It's so much in this episode. I kind of don't really know where to start. I guess I'll talk about the whole library scene and how I feel about the exposition dump, because it is an exposition dump. Pretty much the first half of the episode is us getting the world building and learning about the show. The reason I don't really have an issue with it is kind of how they went about it. The execution of getting this information is because the kids are learning this forbidden knowledge. It's not like I don't think that we got the scene because they're too lazy to tell the story. I think we got the scene for a very specific purpose, in that we're supposed to give these kids information that they should know as adults, but now they have as children. Is a very specific way of giving them this information. They aren't supposed to know any of this stuff.
They walked into an AOL chat room.
Yeah. So the whole time, like you said, you already said about how they reacted to all this information, because I mean, it's pretty horrific to know that your ancestors probably were pillagers, killers, criminals, all types of different miscreants. So yeah, the way they presented this information I thought was pretty dope. So I have no issue with the exposition dump. And this series is very intricate in its world building, so I don't really know how you can do this without it being an exposition dump, because there's so much information shrouded in the series. And even then, we got all this information and there's still some questions. So it's not like we got everything there is to the world.
Yeah, the only way I could think about is maybe if you did it like a Attack on Titan, where you finally find out what's in the basement, and then you just do like a whole flashback series or whatever. Maybe do it that way, but I still like the way they did it in this way, just for storytelling's sake. But what I thought was kind of interesting, kind of the way that you brought up about how ancestors were killing. I thought it was interesting how the group of kids were just basically saying, why would anybody kill anybody? That just kind of made me think, do they not even know it? Like, in their society, like, do they not know that people kill? It's just one of those things where it's just like, they must grow up not knowing violence or not. I mean, obviously, we grow up in a society, we live in a society where, we're not supposed to kill nobody. We coexist.
It's kind of a law, but it's one of those laws. Like,
it's kind of sketchy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Follow if you want to. Sometimes you don't. Whatever.
But I guess my point is that even though normal human beings wouldn't go out of their way, kill nobody, we do know that there are people in this world that do. There are different reasons why people do it. It could be a crime of passion, could be that they're crazy, could be a number of things. But I just thought it was just very interesting how they just kind of said that just flat out. It's like, why would anybody kill anybody? As if they wouldn't even have those thoughts. Like they were born and raised to basically say, killing is bad and you're never supposed to, don't even think of killing. I'm looking at you in the back.
I mean,
yes.
based on what we got in this episode, murder is a foreign thing to them. Because we find out, this is jumping ahead a little, but we find out that there is a thing that exists within these psychokinetics Cantus users called the death feedback. So whenever and this is what's so interesting about it, whenever they perceive that they are harming another human, their body starts to shut down, and although they can still continue to use their psychokinesis against them, it will eventually kill them. So the concept of killing somebody is basically something completely foreign to them, because it's literally in their DNA that they cannot kill people. They can't do it.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
yeah, I just thought that was really interesting how they made that kind of known. The way that they said it.
But EA, this begs the question.
Sure.
Which I'm not going to answer, but I want to ask you this question.
Okay.
If it's true that Cantus users can't kill other humans, and we already acknowledge that they basically get rid of or kill failures in society or potential threats, how are they killing them?
Well, the only thing I can think of is if they can't kill humans, sure, okay, they can't actually physically kill humans, but that doesn't mean that maybe they can't find a workaround to where they can get something to kill. I don't know. The only thing I can possibly think of is those weird balloon dogs. I don't know what the fuck those things. I mean, this whole world is just very interesting because it just begs a lot of questions more than it has answers right now. And that is essentially, why would there be a dog or a creature that's just created just to die? So when you ask that question, it makes me think, yeah, we can't hurt other people. But that doesn't mean we can't create creatures to blow up and try to kill other people, which is an absolutely insane thing to think about if that's fucking true. Like, if these things were created by people just to work around and kill other people just to maintain some sort of order or control, man, that is completely fucked. That's really all I could say, but that's the only thing I could think of is, yeah, you can't kill people physically, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a workaround with, heck, maybe not even creatures, maybe, because they showed those fucking, what looked like not shurikens, but they were just like, they kind of looked like boomerangs, but they were like knives at the end. And the kids didn't even know, they're like, it's a bone? I love the innocence of children, especially ones that in a society where there's no violence, they're like, "Oh, you're so ignorantly stupid." It's a knife. It's a knife of some sort, and those exploded the goddamn dog.
Okay. Decrepit Storm says, I think they said 0.3% had the power at the time, and the population was reduced to 2% of what it was previously. I want to note too, though, they said 2%, but they also clarified that it was 2% of what it was in the what they call the golden age. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what the golden age is, but I would assume that the golden age came after the dark ages, which the dark ages was the time and period from 2011 and 500 years afterwards, where basically the Cantus users and the regular humans were warring with each other.
So the golden years is essentially the 90s. No.
Yeah, back when we had Blockbuster, there wasn't any blow dogs and all this stupid shit. Netflix fucked it up. Or yes. This is my favorite excuse. I love using excuses. Biden's America every time.
Oh. or fuck, go even farther back. Thanks, Obama.
Now we got fucking blow dogs. Monks setting our Kansas on fire. Oh my god.
Don't look at me. I voted for McCain.
These crazy rats with bats. What the hell is going on?
Oh my god. That's the worst.
Yeah. But oh my god. That's another surprise thing, because I know the time period, or the I guess the flashbacks in the beginning of the episodes were very confusing. Now we kind of got the answer to that, but the thing that's confusing about it is that when you look at these time periods, they say when these things occur. They say 500 years ago, 800 years ago. But when you look at the aesthetics or the setting of the time that they show, you're seeing like feudal Japan. In one episode, you're seeing society as it was in 2011 in one episode, and in another episode, you're seeing something almost completely like different. Yeah. And then it makes you go, okay, is this the past or the
right?
What is this?
That's what confused the hell out of me. It was the wording, in the past, but then, hundreds of years in the future, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, present, past, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I get it now.
Yeah. So, just in case people don't got it, so society as we would kind of know it, I know it's not 2011 anymore, but society as we know it, as far as technological advances and stuff in 2011, in that time period, psychokinetics were discovered. After that, that basically had forced a chain reaction in which psychokinetics and regular humans began to war with each other, and that kind of devolved society into where you're seeing these emperor states, feudal Japan, time periods where it looks like it shouldn't be in the future time. It evolved into that because of the populations dying out due to them warring with each other, and regular humans becoming hunter and gatherers, because I mean they gotta run away. They gotta run away. They can't do anything against these guys.
The crazy thing is, I wonder if in America it devolved back to the Old West, where it was big Red Dead Redemption all over again. It's just guns and outlaws, and cowboy hats are back in style.
This berry ain't big enough for the two of us.
We gotta get rid of these users. They're using their Cantus, and they ain't gonna get us.
Make America blockbuster again. What is that? Maba? Maba? I like Maba.
Maba. People instead of a red hat, it's a blue and yellow hat, like the colors for Blockbuster.
Yeah, it might look fashionable.
That blue and yellow make Blockbuster. Oh, you know what? Somebody make that.
Mob hats.
They'll be like, "What is this?" It's like, no, it's not manga or manga. It's Maba. What's Maba? Make Blockbuster great again or whatever. It's like, oh, so nope. I just want Blockbuster.
100%. If you say that to somebody, if you just say like, make me a Maba hat, they're gonna be like, you fucking leftist terrorist. It stands for make buy it in America again or something.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. And it's blue.
Yeah.
Right.
You Democrat terrorist.
Oh my God. I didn't even think of that. But you're right. It's like, no. It's Blockbuster. In fact, make it the actual lettering of Blockbuster. That way there's no confusion.
Yeah. Another important thing. I mean, there's so many important things. We can't like literally go over every detail as far as the world building in this episode, but something that was presented in episode 4 that became relevant in episode 5 was us learning that Cantus users, when they are enduring increased levels of stress and anxiety, vent that emotion through sexual behavior, which is crazy. I mean, they basically modeled them after monkeys.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy.
They put so much things in place to make sure they don't go crazy because of how destructive their power is. But yeah, that whole specific thing of them venting stress through sexual behaviors. And they also specify, which we saw in episode 5, that this happens in adolescence, and it happens in same-sex relationships as well. So that would give you the indication that some relationships that may be formed in current time may not even be formed out of mutual love for each other, and may be formed just because the person that happened to be next to them was there when they were going through a stressful time. It's kind of insane to think about.
Could you imagine just like, I don't know, waiting somewhere in line, the person in front of you is stressed out, you're both the same sex, and all of a sudden You just get up right next to him. Just, I know you're stressful, but let me just rub up against you. It's like, whoa. I'm just trying to buy my groceries. What's going on?
Oh my god! Don't. Oh my god! Imagine your team is in the Super Bowl and you. You're on the last drive and you need a touchdown to win.
Come on.
There are going to be so many gay relationships.
Come here. They're just like holding each other as like, like it's down to the final field goal, and they're just all of a sudden just holding each other. Come on, make this field goal. Make this, and then they get it. They just start making out. And
yeah. Oh my god.
It's like, and the crowd seems very stressful. There is a huge orgy going on in the stand.
I was going to say the stadium is going to just turn into like Playboy Bunny or something. Pornhub.
It's like, does anybody? What does that smell? Does anybody smell Astroglide with what is that?
A hint of semen?
Hint of semen and fish. Sweat.
That whole revelation was pretty insane. Like I said, we seen it in episode 5, which we'll talk about. But I guess to wrap up episode 4, the monk shows up. Bald head boy shows up. And
he destroyed the library.
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck out of here, nerd," and kills him.
Yeah, because it seemed like, well, he was talking for a long time, but then all of a sudden it was going to say something very, what I felt like was crucial. Then it burnt up into a woman holding a baby.
Which, I want to talk about that, but where it paused at is that it was going to go further about talking about fiends. Because we know what karma demons are now. Karma demons are basically Cantus users whose abilities went out of control and yada yada yada. Fiends, they never explain. The false Minoshiro says something to the effect of, fiends used to be a thing before, they aren't now. We can get from that, we can get that boy A was probably a fiend. But we still don't know what a fiend is exactly. What is a fiend?
It's power. From Chainsaw Man.
I was about to say. I was like, is he making like a deep quote? Like he's Littlefinger? I was like, I was sitting there waiting for you to say something else. I was like,
is a latter. No, I'm literally saying it's power from Chainsaw Man. Sorry, it was a bad joke. As soon as I said it and I saw you look at me, I'm like, shit, he's thinking I'm getting deep.
Yeah, I was in anticipation. I was like,
tell me more about this power. But no, I don't know. I'm assuming it's something not good, because the monk basically put an end to that. Didn't want them to find out even more about that. Very interesting. We saw this monk basically, because we saw this in the first episode, where if they have, if they make a paper doll stand up and then they burn it, it's almost kind of like to resolve them from any kind of sins, to basically kind of like erase their memories. Not erase their memories, because they fucking know. But it's essentially, it's almost the equivalent of timeout or getting spanked. It's something where it's like, you did something, you gotta knock that off.
It's a hypnotizing ritual. If you, they don't explicitly say it within this episode, but if you think about it, these powers are activated or awakened in them when they're children, when they're preteens. As soon as they get their powers awakened, then they go to this council of people who basically tell them that the true extent of their power is nerfed, and they can only what they do is they basically limit their power in that ritual that we seen with Saki. They limit their power. That's when we saw the little paper doll burning, whatever. That was a way of limiting Saki's mind of her power. Because if you think about what the monk did, what's his name? Regine. What Regine did was he goes through this whole ritual, and what I find interesting in the ritual is that he's given like actual like audible incantations, like he's telling them exactly what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Instead of just doing it. He's not just doing it. He's letting them know, hey, your power is about to be stripped from you. Look at this paper doll. Once I burn it, you won't have any powers anymore. It's a hypnosis ritual.
I'm just surprised that they do it. You know what I mean? Like, they could totally just be like, no. No, I'm not going to lift the fucking doll. What are you going to do? Make me? But I guess we haven't come that far yet, especially with the way episode 5 ended. But yeah, it's just interesting seeing it like that. Freaking Monk, though, he was sweating profusely, and I don't know if he was like dying or he just was a little dehydrated or whatever, but he didn't look all too well. And then we find out episode 5 what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
He got a little too close to the balloon dog.
So when he kills the false Minoshiro, and back to what you said, where we see the image of the mother holding her baby, they explain it as the false Minoshiro had that as a mechanism in case a Kantus user tries to kill it.
Right.
Because we get that information and we have to pair that what we know of death feedback. Death feedback is if they perceive that they kill a that they harm a human, that they will start to show symptoms in their body shutting down. They will start to I'm not even gonna go through like the exact symptoms, but their body will start to shut down, and eventually if they keep continuing, they'll die. Because he killed the false Minoshiro, even though it looked like this weird ass horse thing, whatever, because he sees the image of the mother holding her baby, it's a deliberately manipulative image being projected so that whoever kills these libraries, that they would probably die or be vulnerable.
That would explain why he was sweating.
Yeah, because after he killed, because it's two things that happen. He kills the false Minoshiro and he starts to show symptoms, and where he's sweating and not moving as smoothly as he once was before. Then when he kills the queer rats, which they don't look human, but I think Saki remarks that they from afar they look human.
Mm-hmm.
It just I guess it's more so like mannerisms too, because you know when he kills them, he creates like this tornado and destroys them all, and then you can hear all their cries and whatnot. That also affected him.
Yeah.
So it's not the literal thing of you killing humans. It's if you perceive that to be the thing. So you could die without having killed a human as long as you perceive that to be the case.
That's crazy. I totally missed that the first time, because I don't know. I mean, I do remember them saying that, but I think I didn't put two and two together because I don't know. I just thought to myself, why would he think that that's a human when it's obviously not? I didn't stop to think that, oh, well, it doesn't matter if they think it's a human or not. If they perceive it as that, then that's what's going to happen. So
Yeah.
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Because the thing about the dude is, I mean, he kind of shows up as an antagonist, but based on the way he was talking to the kids, how he made it his duty to try to get them to where the temple or whatnot, he didn't seem like a bad dude. So
No,
he seemed
like he was just doing his job.
Yeah, he seemed like he would be affected by, you know, the cry, the agony, the agonizing cries of these queer rats dying in you know, in flurries. He's going to be affected by that. You know, it doesn't matter if you don't literally think they're humans, as long as you for a second go to yourself, damn, you know what I mean? That's all it takes.
Yeah.
And you're showing symptoms like that.
What a crazy symptom, though. To basically, like, even if you're like defending yourself or whatever, all of a sudden, you know, somebody just lets out a little baby cry. You're like, oh shit. Now I'm gonna die.
Yeah, you play Mario Kart. Wah! Sweat. What have I done?
You can't even play video games in this society without fucking dying.
Rule out Call of Duty. The minute you had that Call of Duty, I think it was Modern Warfare 2, the no Russian thing,
yeah.
you're literally going to die.
Literally in the airport, mowing down people. A game level so crazy that they give you the option to skip it.
Yeah.
Right when you boot it up, which is, I don't think I've ever seen that in a video game, but I understand during that time why they did it. But yeah, that's you couldn't. There's no way you could play GTA.
Nope.
You know, nope. You'd literally be having so much fun. You'd be like, I'm gonna fucking die.
The minute you try to steal a car, you throw somebody out. Just
Oh, gotta keep playing. Love beating up hookers. Where's my money?
No fighting games. Oh my god, nothing. Oof.
You could only play those super kid fun leapfrog type games and nothing else. Ugh.
We got to make a list of games that Shinsekai Yori characters can play safely. You can't play Fortnite either.
Can't play Fortnite. You can't play most games in Sekaiuri for sure.
Yeah. Probably can't play any Pokemon games, Power World, or you can't play Danganronpa. Oh my god.
Nope. F that game. That game is the second someone dies and you find their dead body and then Leon, motherfucker Leon, and all that, you're just like, no!
What did I do?
Leon, he got hit by baseballs.
Oh man. So yeah, that thing is funny. But yeah, Monk guy ends up dying because he gets attacked by the blowjob.
The blowjob?
The blowjob dog. Yeah, it blows him up and not in a good way. So he dies.
Like, ooh, come here, blowjob dog, come here. And then just boom.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't think that's what he had in mind for his late night afternoons.
Oh heck no, for sure. Well, I guess we're getting into episode 5. Dude! There's a few queer rats that can speak the human language.
Oh, Squealer.
Squealer. What a name. I lost him. Because his name, it's in his name. He's gonna rat you out.
Mm.
He's gonna squeal the minute he talks. Literally, his lips are not sealed, and yeah, he's good for nothing.
We're all night.
But yeah, I was just like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, you did kind of hint at it in episode 2 where you're just like, what if there's something that could talk? And I was just thinking, well, how could they do it? I still don't know how he could do it, but that's cool that they have one that could speak.
Well, I guess that would speak to his intelligence. And this is not like me actually speaking on what's going on in the story, but just more of like speculating too, because even I don't either know or remember how this is possible. But I mean, if you think about it, you know, what's stopping the queer rats from knowing the human language, you know? It's just going to take them learning it. So
yeah,
either Squealer had, you know, well, based on him being from I think they call them the robber fly colony, which they are a colony that is actually, what's the word I'm looking for? On friendly terms with Kansas users, whereas the one that we saw that were attacking them, they are foreign and they don't fuck with the Kansas users, as we can see. They have no chill.
Yeah.
So Squealer could be like some type of ambassador type of dude, maybe, that acts as like a bridge between humans and his own people.
I could see that. I could see that. Just don't like his name. Doesn't seem trustworthy. Doesn't seem trustworthy with a name like that. It's just, what's your name, Squealer?
I seen him having sex in the cage.
Speaking of that, whoa, that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
That was one of those, hey baby girl, you got a scratch on your neck.
EA.
Come here.
This show we're dealing with like 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
This show has more romantic progression.
Oh my god.
This show has more romantic progression than Rent a Girlfriend.
So, I knew you were going to say that the second when you said they're 12-year-olds. I went, fuck. I know what he's going to say next.
Literally 12-year-olds are about to get laid before.
My god.
This is. I know we bring it up every podcast. It's just funny. I swear, this is just funny.
It is, and it is. It really is. And the only thing that was cock blocking those two kids from doing it was the fact that there was a queer rat literally staring at him, going, "Oh, don't mind me. Just take it off."
Translation, doggy style. he's just asking for different positions.
Reverse cowgirl.
Missionary.
Oh man.
He's like one of those creepy people in the live chat, the porn live chats or whatever.
Oh god.
Solo masturbation.
Feet. I want feet. Nothing but feet.
Oh my god, yo. But yeah, the whole thing of them having sex was basically it was basically put to a shut because Saki remembers the false Minoshiro talking about how the basis of their actions in terms of venting their stress through sexual actions came from monkeys. So I think that seeped into her mind and made her more hesitant with doing it, because she was still going to do it, but she was a lot more hesitant with doing it.
Right.
Because it was sitting in her brain that she's only doing this because of stress.
Right.
Rather than romantic implications in it. Like I said, this begs the question as to, are the relationships in the current story formed because of romance or because of circumstance with stress and, I guess, people in the vicinity? Because, I mean, Saki and Satoru were about to have sex, and from what we've seen thus far in the story, I know you brought it up, EA, where you said like you could see these two being a couple rather than Shun and Saki. But prior to this, I mean, they were always at each other's neck. You wouldn't really think that they would go from that to sex in one episode, but that's what was about to happen. And it wasn't because of anything romantic. It was because of stress.
Yeah. I really was. It's kind of that animalistic nature. It's like doing something morally because you actually like the person, or doing something instinctually because it's within your nature, which is crazy. I thought it was weird how when Saki was remembering all this stuff from the library, it was the weird distortion of everything. I hated that. You got the monkey. You are a monkey. You are a monkey. You are a chimpanzee and don't do it. You give in its sexual orientation. The blowjob.
A blowjob requires you not to use your teeth, dear Saki.
It just teaches them sexual moves. It's like, no, use both hands. Shut up. Get out of my head.
I thought the blowjob dog was supposed to teach us that, not the library lady.
Well, if anything, the blowjob dog taught the monk one thing. How to burst. You gotta blast. As Jimmy Neutron once said. This is the theme song.
Oh man.
Oh, Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah. But besides that, this is something we didn't talk about last episode, but I guess I could bring up now. What I found very interesting was the fact that the kids had to keep bluffing about them having their powers. They did it in the last episode because they were scared of the queer rats attacking them, which they eventually did. But they know from school that the queer rats revere humans with Cantus abilities. This is why they tell children to stay away from queer rats, because if they don't respect your ability to use Cantus, then everything is out of the realm of possibility as far as they know, which probably means that you're going to die or something or whatever. But yeah, they basically bluffed them having powers. One with those queer rats who were from a foreign colony, which they gave us the colony. They are the feral spider colony.
We're the feral spiders. Unite.
Bitch, web them up.
Web them up.
Yeah. But I lost my train of thought for a second. They had to bluff their powers not only with them, but the robber fly colony with Sweeler and the Queen too, because although he was helpful, they are still fearful of the retribution of them finding out that they don't have powers. And two, what Sweeler was asking of them, he was asking them for aid. Hey, can you help us with this colony that's, been picking fights with us? you're humans with Cancer's powers. You can wipe them out pretty easily. Oh, help us. And then Saki, which I thought Saki and Satoru gave the excuse that we don't have permission. I thought that was a pretty good excuse. So they don't have to act or help readily. But he was still insisting that they help because given the power of a human with Cantus, we already seen what the monk could do. They could wipe these guys out easily.
For sure.
Yeah.
Pretty much the rest of episode 5 was seeing a bunch of different rats and trying to survive, because they did escape that cage by feeding one of the queer rats an egg, and then I guess it got indigestion because it fucking blew up.
Yeah, here, eat this bomb. This is like a move that Mr. Satan would use in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, yeah, with Boo.
Yeah. Here you go.
Ooh, is this candy?
Yeah, this is candy. Take it.
Oh, I love candy.
Got him, stupid idiot.
Yeah, blows up.
That was yummy.
Oh shit. Guess I'm gonna make a friend.
Right. He tried to blow him up too with a Game Boy, and then he like blew it up in his face. I like the part when it goes boom. Oh, people usually hate that part. Yeah, and he single-handedly saved the fucking world.
He did.
For like 2 seconds. Yeah. Vegeta's rolling in his grave.
Yeah.
But yeah, we saw some queen rat boobies. I kind of want to take that image back. I was literally like, oh my god, no. Yep, that face seals it right there. Sasuke said, no.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you.
0 out of 10. Do not want to come back.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, yeah, sure, there was 10 of them, but no.
I have so much to choose from, but none I want to engage with.
Yeah, so many to choose from, but none that I want. Jesus Christ, no.
Yeah. And the queen was about to slap Wheeler up for like burning the. It's like, hey, it's a naked woman over here. I don't know if she wears clothes or not, but she's like, it's a naked woman over here, you stupid bitch. And then Saki has to go, leave him alone. And then she's like, all right, whatever, I guess.
Yeah. But from what I remember, they just were escaping a lot of the different queerettes from the different tribe or different faction or whatever.
Yeah.
The one part, and this is when the ending came up, was, oh look, it's the outside, let's fucking escape. Poke a hole through the universe? What? Because what looked like a sky wasn't a sky. Because they're like, I can't get through, what's going on? Let me take the...
Yeah, it looks like they're in the stomach of something.
Oh, is that it?
I don't know. This is not a spoiler. This is literally me speculating because I actually don't remember.
Okay. Because, I mean, it was sticky and gooey, so... Yeah, I could see it being in the stomach. Because it collapsed, and then that's how the episode ends, was with whatever it was collapsing.
Yeah.
And then we get...
Is that supposed to be the end of the song?
I tried to do it. I failed. I'm sorry. I know they play that little guitar, you know. My name is Saki, and I'm here to save the day.
I still got that song on my phone, by the way.
It's a pretty good song.
Yeah. I really like it. Oh, well, my phone is tripping because it won't read my SD card for whatever reason, so I can't play it. But yeah, I really like the ending. But yeah, that's pretty much it for those 2 episodes. Pretty crazy pair of episodes in terms of world building and one thing I do want to say too about the show, there aren't a lot of story driven shows that draw my attention too well because I'm more of a character person. Characters make a show for me. If you can establish your characters is great, I won't care what's going on in the story too much. So for the most part, I like stories where I feel for the characters the most. This story is one of the rare stories where I don't necessarily love the characters, but the story is so engaging that I don't really care. It's one of those shows because the children play their role for the most part, but it's not like I have a favorite character right now, but I still love the hell out of the show. And that's very rare for me.
Yeah, it's I think you hit the nail on the head. It's pretty much just a very engaging, story-driven type show. Characters may not be the best right now, but the world, I think, is what makes it. If the world wasn't nearly as engaging, as interesting as it is, I feel like this show wouldn't have done nearly as good as it did. I feel like this would be yet another anime that came out many years ago that we all forgot about in the Ethernet. You know, just you know what those are. They come out every fucking season. There are ones that get lost, never to be spoken of again, and then there's some that last forever, which is one like this. So I definitely think they're doing good.
One like the one we're about to talk about.
Oh,
so
righty then.
We are done with Shinsekai Yori episodes 4 and 5. If you want to watch the show along with us, I would advise you to watch the next 2 episodes as well. Not saying that that's what we're going to cover, but that's probably what we're going to cover. So be on the lookout for that. But that is the end of Nakama Club. Now we are on to Mahjong Pon no Michi. Episode 3. It is a kill or pass episode, people. So by the end of things, or by the end that we're talking about this, we will decide whether it's a kill or pass. And given that it's only me and EA, it has to be a unanimous decision, or else it won't fill out. So Pon no Michi. EA, how do you feel about this episode?
Dosky, I am so fucking happy. This whole episode they made food and didn't do anything else. I mean, Satsuki, I was so worried that this show was going to be about playing mahjong and talking about good times and just fun bullshit. But Satsuki, we got ourselves a cooking episode with wonderful bullshit. I mean, sorry, with great friends and friendship and love. Maybe some Yuri elements for no fucking reason. But hey, we all got to make ourselves some curry and sashimi and hot pot, and I hate the show.
You know you know what the problem is?
That we had our faith in this series when we shouldn't have.
Well, I'm the one who picked it, so I'll take culpability for it. but I will say that this show was an add-on rather than wait, hold on. Let me do this really quick. Boom. This show was an add-on rather than like my pick. My actual pick was Delicious in Dungeon, which I mean it's better than this show, but I'll say about this show, it's not the content of this episode that's necessarily bad. Cause you can make something like this serviceable. I won't even say good because it's just not good, but you can make an episode like this serviceable. But for it to be serviceable, you have to make characters that we care about in some type of form. This is like a filler episode that you would see in Bleach, which has hundreds of episodes, or Naruto, which has hundreds of episodes, or One Piece, which has hundreds of episodes. But there are those fillers that you don't skip because you want to see more from the characters, whether it be their character dynamics, more comedy from the characters, like whatever it may be, or just seeing them in a different setting and situation. You're kind of rewarded with these type of episodes after you've already did your due diligence with establishing the characters and making the audience care for them. You did not do that, Pono Michi. I do not give a fuck about any of these characters. I barely can name them without looking at my damn list. I'm not looking at my list right now. I don't remember a single character's name. Oh, actually, I do remember Richie. The only reason I remember her name is because her name is Richie, and it kind of reminds me of Rich. So that's the only reason I remember her name. Other than that, I don't remember everybody else's name.
Yeah, there's Energetic Girl. There's Best Friend, and there's main character. The sucky thing about all this is we never even got to see Punk Rocker Chick, but nope. I don't even think she's gonna save this damn show, which she's probably gonna be introduced next episode. Oh well, too bad, so sad. But yeah, I'm not feeling this series. I'm like, there are some shows out there, and you know of them, that are so incredibly bad, you have to watch them just because of how bad they are, or you can tough it out because you sold your soul for a certain series. But yeah, I just feel as if this is neither entertaining nor does it teach me anything about mahjong. Maybe if it taught me about the sport, I'd be a little interested to be like, oh, okay, that's how you make one of those, or oh, that's how you play. Ooh, that's interesting. None of that. It's basically just, we don't know how to play mahjong, so we're just making it up.
It's literally, and that's what I was bringing up last episode. If you lean more into the, whatever you want to call it, the game itself, the sport itself, then maybe you will have something here. The issue is they don't use it as that. They use it as an excuse for these characters to be grouped up in the first place. It's basically the backdrop for a series which is purely slice of life, in that in this instance, it's not slice of life in that it's showing you the daily lives of these characters. It's slice of life in the derogatory meaning, in that it's focusing on girls who aren't doing shit.
Yeah.
We cooked this episode.
Yeah, this is literally Lucky Star. Except I feel like Lucky Star is a little better, even though I personally don't really like that show. Lucky Star is the demise of... was the beginning of animes that were basically like this. This Lucky Star spawned KOA, Lucky Star spawned just a whole bunch of nothing animes. Or should I say, anime girls that do stuff, insert theme here, and then that's the show.
Cute girls doing cute things.
That's essentially what this is. Cute girls doing mahjong. Cute girls drinking tea. Doing a rock band. Cute girls. I don't know. Joining, murdering. That would be better. Making a club. So they have to recruit some people. We've all seen the fucking episode. Oh, would you like to join? No. But we're school idols. No. Like, the Love Live ones hold a special place in my heart. They're a guilty pleasure of mine. Both you and me. So, I mean, I don't really hate them all that much, but how many times have we seen so many of these episodes, so many of these shows where it's just this, and to even tease the whole Yori thing, it's like, have you learned nothing? Have you learned nothing?
They were trying to keep me specifically in there, but it didn't work.
They knew that we were going to kill this show, and they're like, we got to get Satsuki to throw the vote. We got to get him to even it out. So let's put a little bit of Yuri, and it's like,
yeah.
Satsuki's like, you should have went full Yuri.
Yeah, it's like it's almost election time. It's like these presidential elections. You start to see
presidential election.
Yeah, you start to see you see the candidates do stuff that they would never do because it's election time. It's like, all right, why are you kissing like a million babies?
Give me that baby. The ugliest one, the better.
What did Dave Chappelle say? Black baby.
You see that Key and Peele skit where he's acting like Obama and he's like high-fiving everybody who's black, but everybody's white. He's like shaking the hands. He's like, "Oh, bring it in, bring it in,
bring it in, brother, bring it in." right there. Took it in.
Yeah. Because he was like confused, like, he's a quarter. Oh, bring it in. I love Key and Peele. Yeah. They took over for Dave Chappelle when he left, and I always felt like they did good. I'm so glad they're getting the recognition now, because everybody was like hating on it when it first came out, but I really liked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Crepstorm said, "Energetic girl, best friend, main character." That could literally be 50% of all anime.
Serious fucking Lee. And I guess that's my whole point of this whole series, is that it's literally going to be an anime that we're going to forget about next season. I mean, we'll remember it because of this podcast, but like any normal conversation, we'll maybe bring it up. Oh yeah, remember that one thing? Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those shows that we can only talk about if we meme it in some way. I mean, there's a lot of bad shows that we talked about. I mean, we talked about Techno-P. That wasn't a really good show, but we meme it occasionally here and there. Yasuhime, same thing. 3 pancakes, no water, that whole type of thing. But that's going to be its lasting impact in terms of our memory. I want to bring things back to Love Live, because Love Live is a show where it's a music show and it has impact. Like, its impact outside of the anime is insane. People in Japan. People in Japan love Love Live. But in terms of the anime, the reason why I like it and other people like it, it actually does pretty decently to good with his characters, and it's pretty funny at times.
Yeah.
Pono Michi doesn't really have those assets going for it. I mean, one of my favorite Love Live episodes was the episode where they decide that they had to shake things up because they feel like their whole act is going stale. And I'm talking about the original Love Live
right.
School Idol project.
About the one where they decide to become each other?
Yeah, when they switch places and they act out their mannerisms. And the thing is about the episode is basically it encapsulates why it shows the contrast between why that show works and why this show doesn't. I know this is only the 3rd episode of Pono Michi, but still, early on, you're able to tell if you're going to like things early on. Let's keep it real. That episode was like around episode 10 or 9 or 11. And that episode hinges on the fact that these characters. It hinges on the fact that you could pick up on their mannerisms, Maki's mannerisms, Nozomi's mannerisms, Hanayo's mannerisms. There's different speech patterns. There's different attitudes. Catchphrases, characteristics, or whatever. It hinges on them, the other voice actresses doing what they usually do. Like, I think the first thing you see when they do this is why am I forgetting the Honoka Honoka goes, she acts like Umi, and then at first she acts like herself, where she's like, Ohayo gozaimasu, and then she's like, she goes into her proper form, and then she goes, Gokieño, because she's trying to act proper and prim, just like Umi, and that's rewarding because you know how those characters usually act. You know, Pono Michi. What they should have did with the show, instead of whatever the fuck they decided here with this whole cooking thing, slowly introduce these characters and give us good character. Yeah. Just give us good, like, what am I looking for? I don't want. Development. Just give us good development for each of these characters before you go into this whole thing, because they're already like this ensemble cast, and it's like I don't really feel for them. I don't care about this episode because you guys just like put them together. Basically, they're already an established friend group. So that's one thing about Love Live too. They aren't, other than like the 3 second years. They aren't an established friend group. They become friends through their interactions with each other. So there's some character dynamics that become interesting because there's third years interacting with second years, and third years interacting with first years, and first years interacting with second years. So they become friends through their duty of being school idols. And then there's actual a linear plot. Here, there's no linear plot. There's no character development. It's not funny. It doesn't get into the intricate details of Mahjong. It's just there for a background. What are you doing with the show?
Yeah. Going back to Love Live, especially Nijigasaki, each episode they focused specifically on one character. Each character had their own, not duet, their own solo. Yeah. And I thought that was a very brilliant way to do it. I mean, I know we have way less characters in Pono Michi, but they could have done something like that. Main character first, best friend second episode, new girl third episode, something like that. But I feel like they tried everything, and they're doing everything too fast. They're doing way too much, way too early, especially with cooking episode 3, where it should be the second to last episode, if I'm being quite honest. Like, episode 3, we're already cooking and eating chopsticks from someone else's lips. It's like,
what is the story of this show?
There is none. There's literally none, other than girls hanging out playing Mahjong, and they don't know how to play Mahjong. There's no drama. There's no. You don't have to have conflict. You don't always have to have a show that has conflict. I get that, but there's not even anything driving the show other than, well, I'm playing Mahjong with my friends. See you tomorrow.
This is kind of the issue I have with K-On! I know that's going to piss a lot of people off, but I'm going to sing his praises here. At the very least, although K-On! I feel a lot of the times it's a show where girls are just sitting around eating cake and drinking tea all day. They at the very least, establish the characters that make people love those K-On! Characters. People love Samugi. People love Azunyan. People love Mio. People love those characters. You gotta, if you're going to do something where the story doesn't matter, you have to establish the characters first. Like I said before, I am more of a character-driven person. So if you make me care about those characters, I won't really care about what the story be. Case in point, Hina Matsuri. Even though Hina Matsuri has like a linear story that's very interesting and other subplots, but Hina Matsuri kind of established a show, or the series established itself as something to where they could literally do any fucking thing. They could, one episode, go grocery shopping, the next episode, go fight some mass murder or whatever, and then I would still be engaged nonetheless. because I cared about everybody involved. You kind of got to do something, Pono Michi. You can't have uninteresting characters, no story, and you ain't funny.
Right. And not even talk about the show that you claim to be, which is Mahjong. You know, you can't claim to be a Mahjong series and barely talk about it. Yeah, I get it. They play about it. They play the game, but I don't know fuck all about the game. And it's almost as if they're assuming that people that are watching the series already know how to play it. Well, what if I don't know? That's not to say, you know, if you have like a basketball show or a basketball series, you don't have to dumb it down. You don't have to be, this is a basketball, you go in the hoop to 2 points and the 3. Good writers will find ways to even make people that don't know anything about football, basketball, or whatever interested in the series.
IQ.
Very good, right? Haikyuu, ping pong. You know, there's just so many ways that you could go about it, but they don't do that in this series. They want to do so much, but they don't know what they are. They don't know what the series is, so they're just kind of like it's almost like they're making it up as they go.
It's no focus. I
Really
think it's really that simple. It's not really anything to talk about as far as what happened in the episode. Like literally,
all they did was cook.
Yeah. The most interesting thing that happened in the episode was the fact that one of the characters called a freeze pop an ice pole. I found that a little interesting just because you can apply it to real life how different regions have names for different things. Like, for example, soda.
Sody.
Yeah.
Soda pop.
Pop. Yeah, you know, people call it pop in different places. You know, that I found kind of interesting, like the localization of terms like that. But it's not worth spending an extra 5 minutes on. I think we should just get into sorry, liquor in the front, poker in the rear. He asked the question, where's Ben? Ben is dead.
Again. Yeah, he's dead again. So we may or may not bring him back from the dead. It really just all depends on what we have for offerings. And after I burnt up all my shit last time, I think I need to find some new stuff to bring him back.
Yeah, Dragon Balls, Namekian, probably. We'll see.
Yeah, but also Mahjong is like Jim Rummy. I mean, from what I've seen, it does kind of feel like that, but at the same time, I'm not really. I mean, I don't really know much about Jim Rummy other than it's a card game and you have to get so many in a row.
All right, yeah. So I have a whole different screen for when we make our decision on killer passes. I probably got to turn this one down. Let me turn this down. Hopefully this isn't too loud, y'all. I probably should have tested how loud the background music was in contrast to our voice. I did not test it. I'm probably going to turn it down a little more.
Oh, let me hear it.
We'll turn it down to 28.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Yeah.
I love how it's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That's great.
Yeah, so
this is your pal, Regis Philbin. What are you gonna do, Satsuki? You have Pono Michi in your hand. Are you gonna go for the million? Or are you gonna stop at 500,000?
Yeah. I'm gonna kill it.
Oh!
And I'm gonna kill it once. And I'm gonna kill it again. Oh, and I'm gonna kill it another time. And I'm gonna kill it another time for my mama.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer, yeah.
It looks like I'm gonna kill it too. So that is correct. You are now a millionaire.
Hey. You did that music while the creepy music is still playing. But
oh, I'm sorry.
But
Oh.
guys, just for full clarification, that doesn't mean that Pono Michi is dead yet, because we still have Delicious in Dungeon to kill or pass. But it does mean that if we don't kill Delicious in Dungeon, then it is confirmed to be dead. So short-lived tenure with KOA, if that is going to be the case. I don't know what's going to happen, so stay on the edge of your seat, people. Stick around for Delicious Dungeon to see whether or not Pono Michi will stay killed on the show, or if Delicious Dungeon will be off. But I think it's time to talk about some good anime, don't you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm ready for this one, and I think you, sir, are especially ready for this particular episode.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you say that? I don't know what you're talking about.
I say that because, well, if y'all missed it last week, Mr. Savage here talked about a certain character by the name of Ubel. She's got green hair. She's kind of got a certain look about her that Sasuke, he kind of likes. You know, he has a he has a thing for her. But yeah, we're talking about Frieren. Episode, what is this? 19th. Wow, I was gonna say 15, way off. Yeah, this was yet another really good episode. I'm just a fan of this type of stuff, and this episode was definitely no exception. Freaking yeah, we got a little some fighting, but not true fighting yet. I mean, I think it's building up towards that for sure. This episode felt like it was more setup for the fight than anything, but it was still good in terms of just the planning of getting that damn Sonic Sparrow. Or sound of Sonic speed. Speedo Sonic.
Speedo sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speedo Sonic.
Yeah, if that guy was a bird, this would be him.
Oh no, that bird's too strong for that.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. That bird, they said, I wrote it down because it was just so ridiculous how crazy this bird is. They said the bird, they said the Steles have no mana, which that means they can't really detect them. They can detect mana, they're sensitive to it. So whenever somebody has a lot of power, or what we saw in the episode where they infuse their mana with the water, they stay away from it. They are faster than sound and are as strong as dragons.
That's insane when you really break it down. Have you ever had the pleasure of being at an air show?
I think so, actually. Yeah.
Have you seen whenever they take a jet and they do that fucking where they break the sound barrier and shit?
No.
Dude. So my dad had the great idea of taking me to an air show when I was 5, 6. I was way too young to be there because, you know, kids are very sensitive to loud noises. There was a jet. They were called, I think they were called the Flaming Eagles. I don't know. So some kind of eagles and something to do with fire. Maybe they were firebirds. Anyway, they were doing all these cool moves, and then there was this one jet that got as close as they fucking could to the ground and literally did the
Oh my god.
over everything, and I damn near shit. I was crying. Because it was so loud. But
Yeah.
they were breaking the sound barrier. That's what they were doing, just to woo, and everybody's whoa, yeah. But not me being a little kid just crying my eyes out. But I always remember that just because, like, whenever I imagine anything breaking the sound barrier or like these birds going, I just harken back to when I was 5 and just that fucking jet just going by. And it is as fast and as loud as you would imagine. It's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Yeah, that big ass thing, all those pounds moving. Jesus.
It is, yeah, it's insane. But yeah, I thought they came up with a really cool way to catch this bird. Freeze the lake and wait at a puddle.
Yeah. So basically, their plan was to, in a way, like we use the term "smoke them out." I guess in this in this instance, dredge them out, in that they cut off all the supplies for water and they guide them to a body of water they're choosing. And because they are infusing water with just enough mana to where they can detect it, but most mana users can't detect it unless like you're the old guy that we seen within the episode. His name was Denkin.
Oh, that's right, Denkin.
Yeah. Unless you're a skilled mage like him, yeah, you can't really detect it. So yeah, that was their whole plan. Dredge them out to one body of water, and then they ended up catching them. And we'll talk about the other stuff later. But no, there was some interesting things in this episode. I want to say just how things played out in terms of this being a less action oriented episode and it being more about I guess like the well, part of it goes into like the relationship of the party, because we seen a multitude of different parties in there. It kind of established the game itself rather than just go balls to walls with the action, it showed you like when we saw the people that ended up dying, it showed you the consequences of you not being a skilled enough mage. It also showed you when Frieren was enacting her plan, there were some mages who were trying to like melt the ice away, and Dinkin was trying to show you like, okay, that's not what a skilled mage would do, because they would know that it's useless. So it shows you the discrepancy between mages who are first class caliber and mages who aren't, who are second class, third class, fourth class. And I never like to give shows this comparison, because to me, I think this comparison puts you in elite company, because it is elite company. But I'm going to give this show this comparison, which, if anybody knows me, they know how much I love the show. This episode reminded me a lot of the Hunter exams for Hunter x Hunter. Like I said, anybody who knows me knows how much I love Hunter x Hunter. Now, I don't think the Hunter exams is like the pinnacle of an exam arc even, but I think it's very unique in the way it goes about it. And it kind of, like I said, it kind of reminds me of what we got in this episode, in that it's less about fighting and more about strategizing and it being luck based, and because of who the people you actually end up being with and stuff like that. It reminded me a lot of the Hunter exams. And I mean that in the highest praises I can give it. Yeah, this was a very smart episode that I really liked. I liked seeing that whole plan unfold. It was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, well said. It was basically just I think Denkin said it best. They sped everything up. Now everything's out in the open. Now the exams are basically going to be everybody fight by freezing the lake. That's essentially what was established. And I'm guessing, well, first of all, when it comes to Fern and Ubel's group, interesting group of characters. They already caught themselves a bird, which I don't know how the fuck they did that. I mean,
yeah, how did they do that?
I mean, who's the one that did it? That's what I want to know. Was it Fern? Was it Ubel? Was it the guy?
That's what I find the most interesting, because I can't really imagine Fern being the one to do it because her magic is very basic, as they pointed out this episode.
They were like, I'm playing against an old person. That's essentially what they were saying.
And because if Frieren was struggling catching a bird, you would think that Fern would as well, but her party was able to successfully get it without a hitch. So that begs the question: how the fuck did they do it? Like you said, I would believe that it wasn't Fern. So then it goes to, was it Ubel? Ubel doesn't really seem the type because she seems more combat oriented, which we'll talk more about. But then it's the other guy. We don't really know what he can do. So maybe it was him.
So I'm gonna go and say that it was maybe him because we know Fern pretty well. We know Ubel maybe a teensy bit, but I agree. I don't think she's that type of person to just up and catch a bird, one lens or her finger and just start singing to it. No, I think I think that it was the guy, and I don't know what his power is or what he can do, but it's something.
Yeah, that party may end up being a lot more deadly than I thought. If that is the case, if he is able to do something like that, I mean, I guess one thing that you could take from this party is that he seemed to be the leader almost, because he was the one directing them as to what they were going to do, which I found a little weird considering here's the thing, we don't know Ubel's personality, but from the little bit that we get from her, she doesn't really seem the type to take orders. And Fern, she could fall in line with people, but you would think that she wouldn't do that if a person isn't competent enough. That's just the implications I kind of get with the characters involved. So maybe that speaks volumes about the guy. Who knows? He might get murdered the next episode for all we know. But yeah, this is what I got.
Yeah, and essentially, what we got from this group later on after the whole lake freezing and everything. Well, no, it was even before that, where now they're going to get into a fight with another party. So your dream's finally going to come true to see how badass Ubel is when it comes to her skill, because we got just the tip of the iceberg. We got teased the first time we saw her. We maybe saw a teensy little bit this episode. The next episode, oh yeah, I think we're gonna get full on Ubel savagery.
I need it in its full glory. I don't want like some off-screen, oh wait, that guy ended up dead. I want a full-fledged combat between these two, Ubel and Werbel. Werbel, we don't know much about him. We just know that
he's got the crazy teeth.
Well, actually, they actually gave us a little bit about him, or at least the girl in this party, Ray, was giving us some character development for him, and that he's somebody that, or characterization, I should say, for him. He's somebody, because Fern was remarking that Ray should be the strongest person. And I'm thinking that she's saying that based on mana output. Like she has more mana than everybody. But A-Ray was saying, no, that's wrong. It's Werbel who's the strongest. And she was basically saying the reason why is because he has combat experience and he is someone that is willing to fight underhanded. But I think all of what she said about him, Werbel that is all to set him up to be a sacrificial pawn for the fodder to hype up Ubel. He's probably going to be a jobber.
Way to say it. I think that's what this guy's gonna end up being, because she's having, this guy has murdered, taken all these guys' teeth. He's got a chain around his neck of all the teeth that he's collected, and just this epic kind of thing. And Ubel's just gonna one shot him, just boom.
Here's the thing about Werbel. Because the main feat of him is him fighting the remnants of the Demon King. That's a pretty incredible feat. You know what I mean? But the fact that we know that Ubel has killed a first-class mage, mind you, they already let us know that first-class mages, you don't luck out into that position. They try to make that a very exclusive club. So I think they give us a number. I think there's like less than 50 first-class mages in the world. The fact that she was able to kill one of those guys, who I'm sure would be able to fight remnants of the Demon King, that puts her on the same caliber as Werbel automatically. But the fact that she was able to kill one, again, we don't really know how she did it. We don't know if it was easy or whatever, sneak attack, whatever. We don't know. But the fact that she was able to do that means that she's going to be a formidable foe. And Werbel, in all likelihood, his head is going to be flying at the end of her blade.
Yeah, I could just see it. In fact, I want to see it. I want to see just a badass, just, she's like toying with him a little bit, maybe just fighting. Then all of a sudden she goes in for the kill, gut punch, and then just the slow motion, just the head just going, and then you just see her just covered in blood, having that look that she has, just the and yeah.
I need that head to fly in front of the other party. I need it now.
Yeah, and that's when both Fern and the other guy just look at her like, whoa.
You weren't supposed to do
that. Well, they're just more impressed, just like, I'm glad she's on our side.
Yeah. I think that's what she's going to end up becoming. I already talked about it last episode, but I mean, I think at some point Fern and her have to bump heads, because she just doesn't seem like she is going to be a good team member. Now, in terms of getting the job done, when it comes to killing, she'll have you covered there. But as far as being a good teammate, I don't know about all that. Fighting is definitely her thing, though. The first thing that she wanted to do after they recovered the stele is because I'm gonna call him the team leader because I don't remember his name if they stated it. He goes, let's hide out in this cave or whatever until it's time to, finish the test. And then Ubel is disappointed because she doesn't want to sit and just win. She wants to use the stele basically as bait to fight other strong mages. She's unhinged.
She's itching to kill something. Like, it's obvious that she's a killer and she has a thirst for blood. She lets herself become vulnerable so that she can draw in bandits and all these other people, so that she can fucking kill. So, I mean, I definitely think, well, this dude's dead who she's fighting, and they're her and Fern and maybe the other guy are probably gonna bump heads or whatever, but that's definitely somebody you want on your side. You don't want to someone that you're happy, I'm glad he's on my team, but then you're just, if you're the other people, you're like, I don't want to face them at all.
I just want to see how she would do against, if I know I'm jumping ahead here, but if everything plays out how we think it plays out, I would be so interested to see how she's able to do against someone like Frieren, who is she's overqualified for this job, right? Like, she actually beat the Demon King. We know this, but that whole thing of her saying that there has been 17 people, I think that was the number she used. There have been people that had less mana than me that ended up beating me. That lives rent free in my head, and I'm hoping that Ubel is one of those people.
I mean, it could be the people that are about to fight her, because that happened at the very end of the episode where she's just chilling by the pond. Bird lands on her shoulder and she catches it. You know, easy peasy. But then, busted. You release some mana, and now we know where you are, and we're gonna fight you. So, Frieren's gonna have some fighting of her own, or her and her group. Definitely, for sure. They're going to be taking on those other experienced mages where I think they're going to own the young girls' asses.
Well,
but Frieren's she's gonna pick up the slack.
Do you think that though?
I mean, I guess they do work well together once they actually get along and they're, working together. But I don't know. I feel like they're setting these other people up to be pretty strong too, because they're just kind of chilling. They're kind of planning out. They're plotting, and now that the opportunity's there, they're going to strike.
The reason why I said that is because I do agree it's going to be probably like a struggle with them. But one of the stipulations with their power, I forgot who it was. I'm pretty sure the redhead or the orange haired one is the one that controls water. Kane Illuine, because one of them freezes it. I'm pretty sure Kane is the one who controls water. The reason I brought it up is because out of any place, they actually have good field advantage in terms of them being around a body of water, which could severely disrupt anybody that they're fighting. So I think they may look good here. They'll probably struggle just for the sake of us getting some exciting conflict. But and then that goes for Frieren and Dinkin as well. They've showed that Dinkin is a very competent person. I'm sure he'll be able to make Frieren flinch a little, but I can't see this party overall really causing them any grief, just because, I mean, you already mentioned it. Frieren, even if they are able to overwhelm like the other two, Kane and Luine, Frieren's there, so she's basically the Saitama of this little party. So
yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Yeah, I think the only one that's gonna put up a huge battle would be Dinkin. Somebody that experienced and somebody that confident is powerful for a reason. So I think he's gonna be strong.
He has a monocule too.
Monocule already just exudes just powerful. Just has the power going in his favor. And also Decrepit Storm says, EA, you've been corrupted by Sasuke. Even you're getting excited to see his waifu and people. It's not... That's pretty cool. You got a monocle.
Yeah, came with a case.
Nice.
I can't actually see out of it.
Decrepit, here's the difference between me and Sasuke. Sasuke is in love and has waifus of these type of people, while I just simply love badass characters, whether they be women or men. So, if Ubel turns out to be a badass character, that's great. If she turns out to be a badass character and also a jerk, which is probably going to be her case, she's rough around the edges.
I may
Go ahead.
I may or may not have created a faction that I name the Ubel unit, but that's beside the point.
Right. Satsuki's, other than that, he's normal. But when it comes to women that are kind of like that, the only one I've ever really liked was good old Ice Princess,
Yes,
as
okay.
Death herself. She's the only one to ever where I was like, wow, now that's a waifu right there.
What about
But
Black
only because
Lagoon?
she's interesting. Oh, Revi, that's
Revi, Bella
another one.
Leka, any one of them.
Yeah, Bella, both are pretty great. Bella, like what she lacks in strength, she more than makes up for with tenacity and just planning, just being one step ahead of you. Oh, I love that episode. I said kneel,
On your knees.
and then just caps the little vampire boy, and I just love how she just sits there and just watches, doesn't even get up. She's just like, I'm just gonna sit here and watch you die. Oh, so cold, but so awesome at the same time. Like that's the stuff that's, I love. We need more characters that are like that.
Maybe. This is how it starts though. But yes, it would be cool to see. Sasuke, you should start saying I'm normal. Roberta? Nah, we're not talking about Roberta. We're talking about Revi, Bella Leka. Who else is a character I really like from Black Lagoon? That other name right there.
Chinglish?
Oh,
I love how the dub totally makes her. Makes her.
Nickname.
I know. I don't know her real name though, and then the dub makes her
Shenhua.
makes her sound very stereotypical.
Yeah. I said get my gun with the two mags, bitch. Yeah, they give her that. She's Taiwanese. She's not even Chinese. She's Taiwanese. She's not even Chinese. It's funny.
Yeah, I still love the dub, even though it's so out there. I just the dub is great.
I mean, yeah, it definitely fits the vibe of the show. So.
It's where they cuss way more in the dub than they do the actual Japanese version.
Yeah. One scene that I always remember is when there's this guy who's like showing off his gun to Revi, and then after he's done showing off, she blows a puff of smoke in his face, and then she just says, "Your breath stinks like you've been sucking cock."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, they picked the perfect cast to do that show. Oh, I love it. It's just a shame that we never got a definitive conclusion to that series.
Should have had another season. But instead, we get 4 seasons of Shield Hero.
Right, we get 4 seasons of Shield Hero, 3 of Rent a Fucking Girlfriend, but we get 1 season of Black Lagoon.
4 coming for Rent a Girlfriend.
Right. And fucking yeah, I mean we at least got the OVAs for the maid arc or whatever, but
Roberto.
I don't. Yeah. Those were fun, but I want more. I want more. Damn it.
Oh, there's something else in this episode that I wanted to mention. Let me look through our notes really quickly. Well, I guess the whole Frieren Lake thing makes they're called the second party, Frieren's party, enemy of everybody else, because they basically made it to where they now have to scramble and find the steles. So that may or may not be very important later on, because people may carry a grudge because of that. So,
oh, for sure.
Yeah. So
yeah, she's a target now for sure.
Ellie says the real tragedy is only 1 season of Keijo. It's because they were college girls. We all know it. Damn.
I mean,
Didn't we?
Yeah.
Was that 12 episodes?
It was 12 or 13 episodes, and it actually had a pretty decent ending. Like basically, it was.
They did a lot of those episodes.
Yeah, they did. Like that's a show that it is very self-aware of what it is and doesn't shy away from it, which I like. I mean, am I saying that? Oh, I'm a perv. I like these episodes. Well, I don't care. It's a goofy show. It's supposed to be goofy. I love it because of how goofy it is.
It's kind of
It's
just
not
fucking
trying
cool.
to be. Yeah, it's not trying to be serious, and the animation is really good for the series and for what it is. It's about butt fighters.
The gates of booty line.
The animation is sick. I now understand that reference. Now that I've seen Fate.
Greatness. But yeah, I get it. I suppose that is it for Frieren. So the last show to talk about, another show that is up for a killer pass, is one Trigger anime, Delicious in Dungeon.
Dungeon, delicious in dungeon, delicious in dungeon.
I want to eat soup armor tonight. Yeah. Delicious.
Yeah, so this episode was about them eating suit armor.
Peak.
Yeah, that's I wish I was joking. That's literally the episode. It's I mean, I guess you could say this was more of a Leos focused episode, which it was. But at the same time, it was what we've come to know about Delicious in Dungeon, where, oh, we got some backstory. Oh, this. Oh, God, I'm hungry. Let's get ourselves. I wonder if you could cook some armor. I've always wanted to try armor. It's like the delusions of somebody who's smoking a little too much of the off the blunt and going, I wonder if anyone has ever tried to like eat armor, man, because that's like something. If they could do it, I would eat it.
This anime is basically if your intrusive thoughts were like Mike Tyson just beating your ass every fucking time. Like anytime you have like a thought in your mind that you think for a fleeting second, like, oh, I wonder if what would happen if I put my dick in a blender. You know, something like that really quick, and then you just like, wait, that's stupid as hell. Never mind. They kind of just act on that every single time. They're like, oh, I wonder what will happen if I ate this or armor that was trying to kill me. Wait,
What in this?
let's do that. What the?
Right, but in this series, instead of thinking about it and moving on with it, they go through with it and do it.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, there's a blender over there. My dick's here. Let's get it. Let's plug it in.
There's
All
like
right.
nobody in this show has a conscience. Like they don't have that thought in your mind that tells you this is stupid. They don't have devils or angels on their shoulders or anything like that. They just literally whatever pops in their mind, they're going to do.
Serious fucking Lee. Like, I gave the show a little credit last episode because it actually felt like we were kind of getting more focused on the character and see what they could do, and there was also some laugh out loud moments with the Mandrake scene and just all kinds of other stuff, but that and just the way she looked after she got infected with it. And I love you guys so much.
Would you love me if I was a swirlier?
Oh yes, I would love you, Satsuki.
Are you sure if my diet was nuts only, would you love me?
Well, if you're not allergic and don't have a peanut allergy, I guess that would be okay.
Thank you, EA, for loving me.
Oh yes. That's exactly what the last episode was. It was actually a lot better than what I gave it credit for. But then we revert back in this episode. We learned that Leos had a fucking charm on his sword, and his story for how he got it was so incredibly stupid. He basically died, and I'm assuming his sister revived him.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I could imagine.
yeah, because his sister is a mage.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Yeah, and I notice the sister is once again Sayori. She's everywhere. I swear you can't get away from her.
I don't know. I don't know. No, she did speak in the first episode, but I didn't notice it until this episode. I was like, oh my fucking god, Yumiko is everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't notice in the first episode either because she did talk, but God, that seems like such a long time ago. I barely remember what she said other than, oh my god, I'm getting eaten. But this episode where you heard her talk more, I'm like, that's scary. Holy shit, she's everywhere.
Yumiko, your Shinobu, she follows us in every anime.
She really does. She's like, let's see, what's KOA doing this season? Oh, they're doing dungeon. I'm going to dungeon. I'm doing it for these guys. But yeah, so we got a little bit of that, but then other than that, once again, this whole fucking episode was, oh, let's cook the armor. Oh, wait. It's not. You can't eat metal, you silly fucks. Let's eat the fucking mollusks that are inside the armor, which I will give the show credit when it comes to this. That part was clever. Because instead of you thinking that it's controlled by magic, it's controlled by little organisms inside armor. Again, that's clever. I thought that was really neat. Because, you know, when you see walking, how many times have we seen these fucking armors walking around by themselves and then they lose their head and they're still walking trying to kill people? It's usually magic.
Probably seen it 3 times.
Yeah, one of them was in Scooby-Doo. I know that for sure.
I think it happened to Konosuba, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has.
Oh, Full Metal Alchemist is what? Oh, what? You know Full Metal Alchemist?
Oh, no. I know Full Metal Alchemist. Freaking.
Wait, you seen all of Full Metal Alchemist?
The first one, but yeah, Ed is he is one of those where he's.
We gotta watch.
Oh, Elephants. Elephant. I know. I need to. Trust me, it's been on my list for many years, and I've been meaning to do it. And I know it would be too long for Nakama, but I just need to personally do it.
Shit, we should have did it when C was gone. I mean,
we should have.
I wouldn't mind doing Full Metal Alchemist, honestly. Like,
but isn't that like 64 episodes?
It is. I would not mind doing it.
That's a long watch.
If it took us the whole year, it would still be worth it, honestly.
True. You could do it in a whole... Yeah. You could do like 52 weeks. You could do like 2 here, sprinkle 2 there. Yeah, you could do it in a year.
I'm telling you, we could make it work. If who's next up? Is it you or C?
Well, I already did it, and then it's you.
So it's C.
So it's C. He's the next one.
Let's just peer pressure C next time.
C do it. Yeah. C do it. Okay, fuck.
We're gonna bully Ed, so everybody who's in here, we're gonna bully the shit out of C Tactics. So whenever it's his time to do Nakama Club, we're gonna try to make him do Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood.
So we're just gonna do the rest of the year Full Metal Alchemist.
It's worth it. First and foremost, it'll be a show that grabs people. Second, it's a great show. Third, it's a great show.
And that's one of those we definitely have to watch dubbed.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely watch dubbed because Vic Mignogna is the best to play Mr. Oh my fuck. I can't even... Why am I spacing on his name? Don't tell me. Elephants, Edward. It's Ed. Mm-hmm. I said Ed. Mm-hmm. I'm a genius.
I'm telling you, if you only seen the original Full Metal Alchemist, you will love Brotherhood.
Yeah.
There's so much that they don't cover.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that because they cover the manga to a T. Mm-hmm. Like they basically adapted it, page for page, and that from what I've seen, the animation, they even upped the animation and everything. Like they absolutely did everything in their power to make this like the perfect everything. I've just been meaning to watch it, but I guess that just goes to show you how much more better this show is compared to I was about to say Dungeons and Dragons. Delicious in Dungeon.
But well, yeah. I mean, this episode was pretty simple in terms of what was going on in the story. I think I won't say it's hurting the show because the show is presenting itself as a comedy, so I can't get mad at it when it focuses more so on the comedic bits of it. But I think the issue, or one of the issues with the show that's arising, is that there's no urgency with what should be the main focus of the plot, which is getting his sister. You know what I mean? It seems like it's kind of like an afterthought because of the comedy itself. It's weird because
fuck my sister.
how does this armor taste?
I want to eat the mollusk inside the armor, and they eat the fucking thing, and they said they didn't even like it.
Yeah.
Gee, who could have foreseen that? A mollusk inside moldy armor tastes like shit.
Like your sister is literally in the stomach of a dragon, and you guys are spending time eating moldy sea fish helmets.
Right. That's literally what they're doing. I'll give the show another piece of credit. At least they didn't say it was delicious this time. How many shows have we seen where they're always like, "Oh, it's so good, it's so great." This is the first time I think I've seen it where they were like, "It's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's edible."
Yeah.
I was like surprised. I was like, "You mean it's not? Oh my god, orgasmic, foodgasm, food wars, rip your clothes off, delicious?" I know, right? Literally. But yeah, stop trying to eat everything in its way. You have a sister that's dying, will probably be dead by the time you get there. She's going to be digested, and you're going to be like, how did this happen?
Who is the reason this happened?
And I can just imagine, because of the show, everybody just has that deadpan look on their face. They're like, you?
We literally spent like an extra 3 hours cooking scallops and shit.
Yeah. Oh, and then we made a pit stop over to the dessert tray over in that other place. I don't think we should have done that. Oh, and then that one time we went to the Holiday Inn and had like a whole bunch of drinks and beer.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
The dine and breakfast. Wait, what? Okay. For some reason, I can see the chat on OBS, like on the OBS preview screen, but I can't see the chat otherwise. I'm reading some of the chat. I think QRW6 says something that I can't see. It says something about the big three. But Ellie says, "Woo, bullying. Everyone kick a shin." Decrepit Storm says maximum pressure. And then he's saving his sister with rent girlfriend pacing. Okay, now the chat is popping up. I had to refresh it. Okay, so QRW6 says, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood has better pacing than Big Three. Yeah, I would agree with that. I will say with the original Full Metal Alchemist is still very good, as I'm sure most people will tell you. Probably one of the best anime that had the rug pulled out up under from it in terms of it having no more manga to draw from.
Yeah, they did absolutely good with what they had. They really did. But I was also gonna say, dude, I now remember Full Metal Brotherhood. The first opening song, the OP, is one of the best I've ever heard. That is like one of my favorites. Oh, that fucking opening just like, oh, I could just dissect the whole thing. Like, it just captures Full Metal. Everything within just the opening itself.
My
We're gonna have to
favorite,
bully C.
yeah, my favorite opening out of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood would probably be the third one, I believe. I think it's called Golden Time. All my Golden Time lovers, rise!
I haven't gotten there yet, but I've only heard the first one. I think I heard the second one.
Something,
God, it's been a
some
long
golden time. We'll get there when we get there. But
Yeah.
shout out to my general.
Oh yes. Armstrong.
Sir. But I don't even know if like some of the details in this episode are really important to talk about. You already talked about how he died like 3 years ago. Well, I guess the fact that we got what we got with like the mollusk and everything, because his old sword broke, the sword that he ended up stealing 3 years ago. That broke, and now he has a new sword which has like some weird creature in it. He has like this meagy parasite creature that
I swear to
living
God.
in the sword.
I swear to God, if it crawls up his hand and then the hand starts talking, I'm going to literally just oof.
The Wikipedia told me that you masturbate using this. Wait, what are you doing?
Oh my God. And then it starts doing it. Man, how awkward would that be? You could never do that again. You'd literally be like, could you give me some privacy? Why?
Yeah, turn off.
Like, could you leave? Why? Because I just don't want you to be here. Why? Would you stop asking me why? Just fucking leave. Okay, then you start doing it. What are you doing? Hey, I said go away.
Are you almost finished? How close are you?
Do you need some help? Oh shit.
Oh my God. Shout out to Miki. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is definitely one of the best I've seen. To be fair, if you did 2 episodes a week, you could probably finish in 2 seasons. Well, I feel like that's a show that deserves the proper amount. I feel like if we do it, we have to do it in the right way, where we come to a unanimous decision that we're just going to watch this the way it should. I'm not saying should be watched, as in we have to watch it 1 episode a week, but I don't want to rush the show for the sake of finishing it within the time slot. I'd rather watch the show in a good chunk and finish it that way, which we're capable of doing. I've already watched the show. I'm pretty sure C has already watched it, so we're able to make a schedule that is I guess good for the podcast in a podcast format. So
I essentially like how Nakama Club's turned into what has EA not seen and what can we show them.
I mean to be fair, with you picking Gargantia, I never seen that. And then
Yeah.
Well, has there well, okay, I guess that's the question. Has C picked the show that I haven't watched? That's the real question, because of course I'm gonna pick a show that I watched. You, for the most part, have never picked anything that I've watched. You picked Inuyashiki, you picked Ping Pong Animation.
Yeah.
You picked...
The only one I would say would be F A Tale of Memories.
Yeah, Elf is the only one that I see.
Yeah.
Because the other one you picked was the music show? Kids on the Slope.
Yep.
Yeah. So has there ever been a C show that he's picked that I haven't seen? That's the question. What are the shows that C picked?
Oh God. Well, Fate.
Seen that.
Berserk.
I seen that.
I'm trying to remember what else. I feel like didn't we have him pick Odd Taxi just because we both liked it so much? We were like, dude, pick it as Nakama. Or was that you? Or I don't remember.
I want to consider it Nakama Club, honestly.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. Chat, do you guys remember what are some of the Did he pick Trigun?
Oh, I think he did.
Damn, so
I think he did, and that was one I've seen.
So he's never picked a show that I haven't seen thus far that we know of.
Right. He's 0 for 3 or 4. He's gonna be 0 for 5 when Full Metal if we decide to go that route.
Yeah, we're gonna bully him. Don't worry, guys.
Bully.
So what are my shows for you? So I picked Code Geass. We've all seen that.
We've all seen that, and yeah, we've all seen Code Geass.
Izoken. I picked Izoken.
Thank you.
I
couldn't. I never saw Izoken. This one from the New World. Definitely never seen that.
I did Madoka Magica.
That was another one, dude. That was another one I've never seen in my life, and I probably would have never given it a chance just because of that one cosplayer that was like, "Come join us," and I was like, "No." Did I tell you about that one?
No, yeah, you told me they were in the Madoka Kaname costume, right?
Yeah, she was in I kid you not. It was people. Imagine going into a convention. It's a smaller room. All these people are on their hands and knees.
Oh my
doing
God,
the prayer
bro.
thing like that. And then I'm like looking at the door. I'm like, what the and because it has the sign and it's digital and it changes every hour or whatever. This one was called the Church of Madoka, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And she said, oh, hey, come on in. I went,
That has to be some scale. There's some shit that when you hear it in a fictional setting, it's like, oh, whatever. Hearing this in real life sounds scary.
Right.
Legit
and
scary.
I don't know if they were doing a bit or if they were just like, pranking people that were walking by or whatever, or if that was part of the fucking, because when you go to these conventions and they have these different shows, usually it's just people doing games or they have little panels and they're like doing Q&A and stuff. This was people doing prayers to a person in cosplay. And I was just like, what?
And here's the thing I like about you, EA. You didn't know what the circumstance was in terms of why they were praying to the person, if it was a joke or whatever. But you weren't there to find out.
No, I wanted nothing to do with that. I literally saw that and went, I think I'm gonna die. I'm going to leave before they kill me or brainwash me or both.
That is the survival instinct that has done us well. Sometimes you don't know things. Sometimes you don't gotta find out.
and as crazy as it seems, that was the thing that kept me from watching Madoka Magica for the longest time. I always knew of it, and I always saw, the animations and the characters and stuff and all the different colors. I'm like, okay, that's a thing. But then I saw that, I'm like, I ain't gonna watch this shit ever. And then you brought it up, and I was like, I don't know.
Is Sasuke in a cult?
I wasn't thinking that extreme, but I was just more just like, what's this gonna do to me? It seems like people really like this show, but I'm gonna see why. And now I know why. I think those people were just insane. Yeah,
they're just a little weird. Because if you're going to start, here's the thing about it. It's not the fact that they started a cult. It's the fact that they started a cult for Madoka. If you're going to start a cult, start it for Homura. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't to be honest, I didn't stick around a long time to see if there was a Homura or even a mommy cosplay or anything like that. All I saw was this girl in pink look at me with those eyes and say, oh, come on. No.
It's like starting a cult for Akame got killed, and then the character that is the ringleader of the cult being Mine. Or mine, however you want to say her name. Like, right. What the fuck? Where's Esda? Where's Leone? Where's Akame? What the? What is? I can't get jiggy with this.
I can't get jiggy with this shit.
Get jiggy with this shit, man.
Oh my god. What have you been doing to the CD? You've been chewing on this?
What the fuck, motherfucker? I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Where's the case for this? I lost the case. Kiss my ass. So what?
That had to be the worst. The worst return in history.
Seriously.
I just want to know how much money he thought he was going to get back from that.
Like $2. Oh my god.
Ellie says, "Don't you want to be a cultist?" Sasuke's trying to get you used to the cult. Anyways, Delicious Dungeon. It's not really anything else to say. Pretty much covered everything. This episode, in totality, I thought this episode was just I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was good. I thought it was just okay.
Yeah, this show's just kind of running its course, but if I have to, are you gonna bring up
the decision. The decision.
Man, the decision. That they hype that shit up so much. I just want to say to everyone in Akron.
I'm just a kid from Akron.
That I love everyone here, but I want to go to Miami to play with my friends. Everybody's burning their jersey.
You betrayed us, EA. You were supposed to bring a championship to Cleveland. What the fuck?
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess after I have 3 NBA finals over here in Miami, I'll come back to Cleveland and, have one of the greatest comebacks in NBA history, down 3-1, and bring one to Cleveland. But then after that, lose to the Golden State Warriors. What, 3 out of 4 times?
Two out of 3.
2 out of 2. Yeah.
Well, after that it was 2 out of 2, I guess, because he lost in 17, he lost in 18.
Yeah. But I'll okay. I will definitely give this show a courtesy pass. I feel like it's not absolutely terrible. It definitely has moments, like episode 2 with the deafness and that was golden. But I feel like we need more of that and less but I know we're not going to get less of the eating, because this whole show is dedicated to eating dungeon shit. So ultimately, I just don't want to bring back Michi, so I'll give this the courtesy pass.
I think I'm going to follow you in the courtesy pass too, because I don't feel comfortable giving this show a regular pass, because I don't think these 3 episodes build up enough merit for me to think that this is a show that should be a staple on this podcast. But I also don't think it's been bad enough for us to outright kill it. So it's just one of those things where it's stuck in limbo right now. It's stuck in limbo, and right now it needs to figure out what type of show it's going to be. Is this going to be a good show? Is it going to be a mediocre show or a bad show? I'm not entirely sure. So I'm hoping that things heat up by the time that we get to
was that a pun?
Sister. I don't know what I even said.
You said you hope things heat up.
Oh my god. Yes, yeah, totally, that was a pun. Yeah. Yeah. Sasuke does it again. But we just gotta do better. We gotta do better.
Yeah.
I'm really
do better.
failing. Both of my shows were up for kill. I'm ass this season. Oh.
It's okay. We've all gone through it. I feel like I was asked for a long time, and now I'm finally getting my groove back. Now I'm starting to get winners now.
Oh man! All right, guys, it is time, and we've been doing this podcast for a long time.
We have. I feel like we should speed run these questions. I mean, sorry to everybody that wants to get our in-depth analysis of these questions, but it's getting late, so I think we're gonna speed run these, if you don't mind. Okay. First question: which anime had the best fashion? Sailor Moon, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, or Akira? I mean, Sailor Moon.
That's actually a good question, though.
Sailor Moon has some great fashion. Like those costumes alone, transformation scenes. Akira is very futuristic.
This is actually a good question. I can't lie.
Bleach, their fashion is great for the ladies. I mean, some of the guys have pretty good fashion too, like with stripes.
The thing is, Bleach has great fashion. Like Kubo has a passion for fashion.
He does,
but it really isn't shown too much in the actual show. But like if you look at the opening, for example, like the first opening for Bleach, you'll see a lot of the different outfits that they have on, and that kind of shows you his passion for fashion. So in that instance, I would probably say Bleach. But I think all of these are pretty good.
I'm gonna stick with Sailor Moon.
Okay.
Alrighty. Did you want to read the next one?
Yeah, we'll trade off.
Oh, wait, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Next question is, which had the best I'm still standing moment? A, Goku and Vegeta. I don't know what they're referring to specifically.
I don't either.
B, Zoro, you didn't get to that point in One Piece. C, Whitebeard, you didn't get to that point in One Piece. Or D, Thorfinn.
I mean, the only thing I know from that, because Goku, Vegeta, I don't know what they're referring to, but Thorfinn, like the come on, bring it, I'm still standing. I don't know what they're referring to. But if that's what they mean, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. Well, from the question, I would go with Whitebeard just because of how iconic that moment is. I think the Zoro I actually think the Zoro moment is a little more iconic in that sense. But for this question, I'm still standing with the thing about Whitebeard, and I'm trying to say it without spoiling it, is pretty incredible. I won't say what it is, but yeah. It's pretty incredible. So that's it.
Okay, next question. How does Percy Jackson stack up to the power of Jujutsu Kaisen universe? A, he solos. B, he beats 90% of the verse. C, he beats 50% of the verse. Or D, he beats 0% of the verse. I don't know anything about Percy Jackson, so I'm going to say D. He beats nobody, he gets his ass whooped.
I don't know anything about Percy Jackson, so I'm going to say A, he solos.
Okay.
All right, so the next question is, who is winning this fight? A, Super Saiyan Kid Trunks pre hyperbolic time chamber, or B, Mecha Frieza? This is,
I feel like,
pretty easy to me.
Yeah, I feel like even as a kid, Trunks beats Mecha Frieza.
I mean, he's Super Saiyan.
Right, exactly. Boom.
And it's very debate. Like I know that we try to say Mecha Frieza is automatically stronger than regular Frieza, but we don't actually know that. For all we know, Mecha Frieza could be weaker than the Frieza that we've seen before. So
correct. So he could be held together with duct tape. I feel like we said that last time too.
Yeah.
Who's winning this 1v1? Current Shigaraki. Shigaraki, thank you for My Hero. Or B, Mahito True Form, Jujutsu Kaisen, where he looks like Frieza. Yeah.
Oh, wait, Mahito True Form.
Yeah, where he looks like Frieza.
Oh, I hate that form. I'm gonna go with Shigaraki.
Go Shigaraki. Beat beat Frieza
That,
Mahito.
that form is so lame. I feel like Mahito regular version is better than that form.
I agree.
All right. Next question. Which one do you think is cool? Both are cool. I don't even need to read this. Both are cool.
both are cool in their own right.
I don't even like Dragon Ball Super, but Ultra Instinct is cool.
Ultra Instinct is cool, and Super Saiyan 4 is cool. They're both cool.
Yeah.
Let's say you started going to the gym, which my ass needs to. Who do you think would be nice to have as your trainer? A. Michi from Demon Slayer, All Might from My Hero Academia, Mikasa from Attack on Titan, or Tengen from Demon Slayer? I mean, I feel like All Might would just give you the encouragement to go all out. I have some tank tops with All Might on them, which are badass.
I gotta go with Mikasa.
Ooh,
just because out of all of them, I think she would probably give me like the most. I know she has like the whole Asian clan thing going for her with Attack on Titan and being like the super soldier, but I think she's the most realistic out of all of them. Because Missouri is fighting demons, All Might is like some huge bulky dude that I can never aspire to be, and Tengen is a little more on the realistic side, but he's still fighting demons. Mikasa, I think, is more realistic, and Mikasa's kind of bad, so I went my sweating with her.
Yeah, and she's just like working out with you as she's got her freaking 6-pack abs and sweating, glistening off of it. You're just like, okay, let me get this one. She's spotting you, and you're just like, I could barely do one. Oh, good.
Ackermans!
Help me rack this. Oh my gosh.
Who's your favorite manipulator? A. Yuichi Tomodachi Game, or B. Theodore Bungo Stray Dogs?
I think this is more of a you question. I don't know any.
I don't know Tomodachi Game, so I'm gonna go B. Theodore.
All right. Next question. Who's the most charismatic villain? Loki, Joker, Kylo Ren? What the fuck is... Get rid of that. Or Hannibal Lecter? As far as charisma, I mean, if we're talking Marvel's Loki, he's very charismatic. Very. Hannibal Lecter, he's more manipulative. And he gets into your mind. So I'd go with Loki.
I'll go with you too, Loki. Yeah. I was thinking about Joker for a second, but no, Loki's pretty charismatic. Like he kind of makes you forget that he's a villain sometimes. Who is winning this fight? A. Android 19, No Drain, or Super Saiyan Goku on Namek?
Super Saiyan Goku. Because he's making it sound like that. Oh, he drained him. He's weak. That wasn't why he lost. He was weak because of his heart. His heart thing was the thing that like put him out of commission. So I think Super Saiyan Goku whoops his ass.
What is the time period in which the androids attacked in Namek?
It happens after Namek. I know that. Because Goku was supposedly dead, and then Future Trunks goes into the past to say he's going to die, but here's some medicine to save you, blah, 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 blah. And then he warned him about the androids.
It was a couple of years, right?
I feel like it was, yeah.
It had to be because Kid Trunks existed by then, like at least like baby Trunks.
Yeah, he was a little baby at that point.
This is actually a good question just because we know that Dr. Gero created these androids with the sole intent of, with all the knowledge of him fighting Frieza and all these other opponents before him.
But they didn't go to Namek. That was the thing. They knew about Goku and everything about him. They just never went to Namek. As soon as they went to Namek, everything was... Because that was the thing. Goku said, did you go to Namek? They said, no, we had all the information we needed. And then that's when he turned Super Saiyan.
That's true.
And they were like, this is new.
Well, I guess if we do it like relative power scaling, I don't think Android 18 or 17 in the future arc, where like Trunks was struggling with and future Gohan died in, I don't think they could be any Super Saiyan. So yeah, okay, Super Saiyan Goku it is.
Badoom. Next. I'm sorry. Is it you or me?
No, it's your turn. Your turn.
Okay. We got a couple more. Which character has the most unforgettable catchphrase? A. Joey Tribbiani.
Oh, for Friends.
What's
his catchphrase?
I'm sorry, but
how you doing?
Never got into Friends.
Oh, really?
No, I know it was part of my generation and everything. I just could never get into Friends. Friends was not. I don't know. Everybody liked it, and I just didn't know why everybody else liked it.
I'm the only one that likes Friends in my friend group. That's so crazy.
B. Ron Burgundy from Anchorman. C. The Terminator. Or D. Walter White. Fucking Terminator.
What is Walter White's catchphrase? He doesn't have a catchphrase, does he?
He just has "I'm the one that knocks." That's all he has.
I wouldn't say that's a catchphrase.
Jesse. We gotta cook, Jesse. We gotta. God damn it, Jesse. But for me, it's the Terminator. I'll be back. And hasta la vista, baby. Fucking awesome catchphrases. And Arnold is the master of catchphrases, so
referenced in so many different other avenues of media. I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Next question. Which character has chosen the most? What the hell?
Can we skip that one? I don't know what that means.
We got to pick one. A. Yuji. B. Eren. C. Kaneki. D. Saitama.
Saitama, he chooses his beef.
I'm gonna go with Eren. He chose to get cucked and not be with Mikasa.
Doing the fucking thing. Next question. Who is best? Saber, Miku, Komi, or Ichika? Well, Saber's. Well, we know if C was here, he would pick Saber.
I'm gonna pick Saber, honestly.
Oh, okay. Miku.
I don't like Ichika like that.
No, I hate Ichika.
Komi's just aight to me. I don't really care about her. I like Miku.
She's a walking silence bag.
Silence bag. It's a whoopee cushion.
That's all she is. You squeeze her.
A Saber is pretty dope, though. Yeah. Who wins this 1v1? We got this question before. Ma from Mob Psycho 100 or B Tatsumaki from One Punch Man.
Yeah, and I feel like we said Tatsumaki. I feel like she would be way stronger.
Yeah, the thing about Tatsumaki is she's more oriented to combat, whereas Mob isn't. He's fighting
unless when he goes 100, he just loses his shit.
He goes crazy. But to be fair, we haven't totally seen Tatsumaki going completely crazy either. So
yeah,
I'll go Tatsumaki.
Who's winning this Fatal 4-Way? Ichigo from Bleach, Benimaru from Fire Force, Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, or Cosmic Garu from One Punch Man? I don't know. One Punch Man, Cosmic Garu.
All these characters are pretty crazy. From what I hear about Benimaru, he's pretty insane. I'm gonna just go with Benimaru off of the strength of what people say about him. They say the power scale in that show gets wild. But next question: which character has the most attractive eyes? A. I from Ocean no Cold. B. Doma from Demon Slayer.
Doma?
That's
Doma.
I'm pretty sure like that's the asshole dude. I think he's number.
The one with the snake?
Not two.
No. The one with the scar.
No. He's the one. Trying to think.
I'm gonna look him up.
I think he's 2. I'm pretty sure he's 2.
Oh, this. Yeah, I think he is too. Oh.
Yeah, he's the
Keep going.
playboy looking dude.
Yeah, keep going.
B Doma, C Makima Chainsaw Man, or D Gojo Jujutsu Kaisen.
She has pretty eyes. The only prettier eyes in there because Makima is scary and Gojo. I mean, I guess his eyes are pretty too. I'll go with I. Eyes.
Most attractive eyes, though. You know what's funny? Eyes scare me, but Makima's don't.
Of course it don't.
Which that shouldn't be the case. Like I know conventionally that shouldn't be the case, but that's how it is for me. Makima's eyes like put me like in this illusion that make it attractive for me. But eyes kind of scare me.
All right.
So I'm
especially
gonna go
when
with
she's
Makima.
dead.
Yeah, I shuddered.
Second to last question. Who's winning this fight? Android 17 and 18 as a team or Android 16 by himself? I mean, is he supposed to be stronger than both of them? I feel like we never really got his full strength.
16? Oh, what?
I feel like as a team, 18 and 17 got him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like easy.
I mean, 16 was built for the sole intent of killing Goku. So
right.
That would probably give him the advantage over them individually, but to say that he's stronger than them as a team is kind of crazy. I don't know about that. Yeah,
exactly. Last question.
Oh shit. Wait, Ellie said, really? I guess he's talking about the whole eye thing. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, eyes to me, like they're interesting, but they aren't cute to me. But I don't know, man. I'm weird. We're not gonna get into that. I was about to go on the deep end, but we're not going to get into that. I'm a very weird person when it comes to attraction, so let's just say I don't really follow the conventional methods when it comes to attraction. So that's just for me personally. I know it doesn't make that much sense. Last question: which character looks best with blonde hair? A. Violet from Violet Evergarden. B. Nanami for Jujutsu Kaisen, Maureen from My Dress Up Darling, or D. Armin from Attack on Titan.
Gotta give it up for Nanami, the freaking DILF. He looks great with that hair.
So who looks the best with blonde hair? So to me, this question kind of makes me think, how would they look with different color hair? I don't think Maureen would suffer.
No.
Armin might. Nanami wouldn't.
No.
Violet. I think it's Armin.
All right. And that is the last of our questions.
Jesus Christ, almost 4 hours.
I know. What happened? You said it. You told me you were the chosen one.
I hate you. We do this every podcast.
Yes, we do. We do.
Oh, man. All right. I know this has been a long one, y'all. We're at the end of it, so EA, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me over at my channel, Everything Animated. I posted a Twitter for the King of Anime podcast, and I also posted the Patreon for the KOA Plus, where we have additional content there. Subscribe for only $1 and you get the exclusive stuff for only $1. Enjoy. With all that, I I do have a Twitch. I haven't been on it because football's been kind of taking up my weekend, but maybe I'll stream on Saturday because there's no football there, only Sunday. So maybe that'll be my window opportunity right there. But yeah, follow me all those places, subscribe, like, share, all that grandiose stuff. And until then, see you next week.
As for myself, Sasuke the Savage, you can find me on Sasuke the Savage, where I am going to post a video this week talking about the most underrated character in Kakaguri. The character's name shall be nameless until the video comes out, but be on the lookout for that video. It is probably going to be the same length as my previous video talking about White Angels Have No Rest, so around the range of 12 to 15 minutes. Maybe a little longer, we'll see. I'm still writing the video. Haven't actually done video production or anything like that. But I promise you, that is going to be one of my best videos. Just from a script writing perspective. Maybe not in the video department, like the actual editing of it, but the script writing department, that's going to be one of the best videos I put out. So be on the lookout for that this week. Will come out. Twitch, I'm not going to stream on Sunday because football is going to be airing, but Saturday, I'll be playing Nikke, chapter 26, maybe some other event stuff, we'll see. But yeah, Nikke Saturday, so join me Saturday 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to watch me play booty shooters. Yeah, follow me on my Twitch, you want to see bullshit tweets and me talking about various or quote tweeting various things, or me posting random manga panels here and there. So yep, that's where you can find me. Really appreciate you guys. We almost did this for 4 hours. It was not supposed to go this long, but I will say it shouldn't be this long. Next podcast we'll have one less show to talk about.
For sure. But maybe possibly a resurrection coming next week.
Wait a minute. Oh, it is the 23rd. No. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll have to possibly conjure up some spirits. We'll have to go into the spirit world to see if there be resurrecting soon.
I'm tired of going to the spirit world.
Yeah, me too. But we got to bring him back.
I guess. All right. But much appreciation to everybody in the chat. QRW6, LE, Decrepit Storm, Liquor in the front, Poker in the rear. Thank you. Philip, everybody that may be in the chat that may have not have participated in chatting.
Oh, I'm sure they're gone.
Yeah, they're probably gone. But appreciate you guys. No, it's a long podcast. Next podcast should be a lot shorter. But peace. Have a good night, afternoon, morning, wherever you may be. Johnny?